What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Life is good, I guess. Yeah. What's good with you, man?
Just amped about GP today.
Yes, indeed.
Got
yes.
a late Christmas present waking up. We got a text from you. We got Pickens on the show. I'm amped up.
I guess we both are amped up. We're both excited about today's show because, yes, we will have George Pickens. He will be joining us at 4 o'clock, man. We're definitely excited to talk to the young rookie, man, and, just everything that's been going on with him because there's a lot surrounding him, man. Exciting in terms of what he's done on the field. Obviously, his college, winning a natty, and then them boys back in contention to do it again, so we definitely want to talk to him about that.
Just made the Franco catch, too.
Yeah, he did, man. The game-winning touchdown. Yeah, a lot that we're going to dissect when we get a chance to talk to him today, so we're definitely excited about that. Yeah, man, it's going to be a good day, man. It's a good day. So, yeah.
What's so funny? I don't know. I honestly don't know what's so funny.
It's not you. You're good.
What happened?
It's not this. You're good. You're good. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like I just be doing my own thing every once in a while, and then it just be like, you come in, I'll be like, oh, man. And you just walked in and you didn't catch it. It's all good, though, baby. It's all good. Life is good.
I'm missing something.
Everybody is, but you're good. Trust me. It's nothing that I'm going to say on the mic. Put it like that. So everything is good. Yes.
Will you tell me after?
If we remember it, ain't going to be nothing like that, though.
I kind of want to know about it.
Man, I'm just geeking, man. Just let me geek a little bit, man.
Well, you should be geeked a little bit more because did you hear your boys playing tonight?
Bro, have you looked at NFL Instagram? And have you looked at one of their comments when they first put it out there 8 minutes into it?
No.
Yours truly was actually on IG. I caught it. I dropped a little comment, man. So, yeah.
What, there, just they had a Dobbs little picture?
You got IG? Pull up your IG, man. See what I'm talking. You got IG. See what I'm talking about, man. I showed a little love. You feel me?
On NFL?
Yeah. Go to the NFL's one, man. Heck yeah. It's only one NFL one. Yeah. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I gave him a little love. Synced them. I synced them with my 2 eyes.
Okay, yeah. So this made some pretty big news, huh?
Click on your comments, man. I'm tapped in.
Spaceship emoji.
Come
rocket
on,
ship
man.
emoji.
You know what he on, baby? That's the NASA guy. We blasting off. Let's go. You know I'm down for him, baby.
I don't know if it's just because I follow you.
What?
It's like the top comment here.
It might be because you just follow me, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's getting a lot of traction.
I just know I threw the rocket up there because that's my dog.
Listen,
that's my dog, bro.
All these comments I'm scrolling through, you're like the third most liked comment.
Well, I shout out to the people that support my man Dobbs then.
Yeah,
man.
You have to be one of the top comments.
I'm a Dobbs supporter, bro. I'm a Dobbs supporter. Literally, I'm hardly ever on it unless you text me like, yo, bro, I got the vid. I'm like, oh, I bet. All right, let me go ahead and hit the accept because I know he didn't got the collab going. Let's go. But it was just one of them times where I was up there and I was like, yo, that's my dog, man. Let me shout my dog. If ain't nobody else going to rock with him, I'm going to rock with him. So, yeah, man.
I saw it on the way over.
Absolutely.
Someone commented. I forget if it was Twitter or Instagram. I just saw it. They said, I wonder if the Titans are trying to do a little Baker Mayfield action.
Ooh.
Vrabel thinks he could untap something with Dobbs.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dobbs goes down there and lights it up tonight.
I mean, Malik Willis has looked terrible thus far.
Yes. And Dobbs, his last time.
Dobbs might fit this system.
That's what I'm saying. Running game, play action pass, protect the ball, make your reads. He can do that. I would not be surprised if he looked good tonight.
I would not be surprised. High hopes as you, but it'll be intriguing at least.
Biased.
It's going to make this game more interesting because did you hear the whole report that the Titans game and the Jaguars game for Week 17, both of them are meaningless because it ultimately comes down to when
tonight.
They play each other in Week 18.
It got you.
So these games are meaningless.
Yeah.
I guess you're trying to build something, obviously. Well, especially if you're going to roll with Dobbs the rest of the season, you need to build some momentum here.
At least for them, then, this is their trial run, and then next week is the real one. Yeah. Shout out to them, though. They get the low-key bye week, though, since they play on Thursday.
Yeah. They'll have the extra 10 or 11 days compared to the Jaguars.
Yep.
Well, we want to hit these super chats and the shout-outs and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Now that I'm not all the way geeking. I'm geeking, but I'm not geeking anymore. I kind of chilled on it.
Well, these ones are pretty funny here. Leo Warren, Deke probably got stuck in traffic.
Oh, in terms of Oh yeah, because we did have it started at 3, huh? We pushed it back to 3:30. No, it wasn't even on Deke this time. I can assure you it wasn't on Deke this time.
It can be.
It was on me this time. I'm gonna tell you. I can tell you.
I don't care. It
I
worked
was
out better for me.
Uber Eats and food for my kids, man. And the delivery driver, just, they didn't come at the appropriate time.
He had some Deke attributes.
So what turned from a 2:30 delivery was actually a 3:15 delivery. So that was why, you know what I'm saying, Deke? But at least the little ones, they're getting their food in them, and we living. So yes.
This one's good. Deke Richard Arbiza. Deke probably spent extra time looking for some black Air Forces for today.
Ooh. Maybe spent a little extra time researching for the day. Hey, you never know. You know what I'm saying? 14 in the house. You know what that means. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. All right, so yeah, let's tap in. Let's start the way how we always started off, man. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We give you those big boy shout outs to start today's show. And hit that like button on the front end of this thing while you are at it. Por favor.
718 Bronx, New York. Sequoia Harris.
Let's get it.
Jacob Alessio. We know he's tuning in from NC. Says early bird special.
Like that.
AJ Martinez, 506, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Let's go.
Nick, the 562, Long Beach. Zach Jones is calling it GP Day.
Oh, is today GP Day?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've had some pretty dope interviews. So
Yeah.
we'll see if he can top these interviews that we've been having, man.
True.
We've had some pretty dope ones, though. So I'm saying.
We've had some really good ones this year.
Yeah,
You're right.
we have.
Robert Carding, 860, Connecticut. Michael Matthias, tapping in from Turlock.
Where's that
209.
Torluck. I've actually never heard of that place before, but shout out to it. All right, let me get a couple of these, man. I got the homie John Easton tuning in from the 619 San Diego, baby. Then we got the homie Q. Shout out to Q. Q said he's been missing the action for a little while, but he's back in the saddle with us today, man. We are glad to have you back, Q. Tuning in from the 610 Allentown, PA. You know I got to holler at DJ Lenny because they in the cell 57, a.k.a. Norfolk, a.k.a. the Carib. Yes, indeed. And then we got Gnome. Gnome. Tuning in from Canada, the 613. And we can't forget about Shock Lou, tuning in from the 301, Gaithersburg, Maryland. Okay. Pass that right back to you. And then after that, we go ahead.
A few more.
Yeah.
Zachary Bird, 407, Orlando, Florida. Dre Oleska,
Okay.
843, Charleston, South Carolina.
Let's
Lifted
get it.
Ones, 916,
Hey.
Sacktown. He says, watch out for them Kings.
Ooh. Okay.
Zach Miller, 304, Princeton, West Virginia, tuning in. And I'll go with two more. Black Lavender, 732, Jersey. And Tyler Shepard. Shout out from Indy,
Let's
317.
go. Shout out to Indy, baby. All righty.
We got
Boy.
20 minutes to spare.
Let's tap in on the supers, man.
That is if he calls in.
we'll
That's
see,
another
man.
question. We're just assuming he calls in.
Hey, you never know, right? He could hit us with the, I changed my mind. You
And if
know
he
what I mean?
doesn't, we just accept it
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
Pickens' world. We're all living in it.
No question, man. We're all
He didn't
Black
feel
Air
like doing
Force
an interview
energy.
today.
You know what I
Is
mean?
what it is.
It would be on us for even asking him to do the interview
Exactly.
today. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, first super chat then. Young Poppy Benito. He's got a question.
Oh, hey now.
Why did you have to shove my boy
Hey,
Dax Hill down like
son.
that during last year's playoff game versus Michigan? Go Blue.
Yeah. He's on his mixtape.
Skydiving Heck. Happy New Year. Wish both of your families good health and fortune. Thank you.
Appreciate you, and likewise.
For GP, could you ask him what his off-season plans are, training/vacation-wise, and if he plans on linking up with KP8 during the off-season?
Ooh, okay.
I'll keep it in mind.
Okay.
Hashtag always open.
Okay.
Ryan McPherson, for GP, props to you for the great season you've been having. When did the Pickett to Pickens connection begin, and what is the experience like as a receiver playing with Kenny at quarterback?
Okay.
We got some stuff around
That's actually
those type of lanes.
we definitely around there.
we-
Make sure I try to remember the name. Drop them though.
We got you. Richard Arbizo, y'all think Canada's aware of the Sabotage 7 movement?
I feel like he has to know. Because remember, he was aware of. I forgot what was he joking about when people were talking about him getting like fired or something. Remember
I feel like
'cause we talked
Sabotage
about
7
it.
might be too niche though.
But we talked about it,
hasn't
though.
gone into the mainstream Steelers media.
You don't
right?
think so? I think it's pretty. I think it's got its own foothold in Steeler Nation.
I think people in Steeler Nation and Steelers media may know about it a little bit. I don't know if it's been brought up to Canada though.
Okay.
Maybe it should be.
Never
If
know.
we have Canada on, wow! Just imagine. You know how people were bringing up all these Pickens questions. Just imagine what questions will be aimed towards Canada.
There would be no fan questions that day. We know this.
I mean, he's actually a hot topic
He is. Yeah.
with the Pickens questions. Trust me,
Yes.
like half of them.
Yes.
Why isn't Pickens getting the ball more?
Yes.
What does he think of Canada?
Oh, hey, George. Why doesn't Canada throw you to get you to throw the ball more? Why doesn't he get you targets more? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I already know.
AJ Martinez, 14 in the house. Really? Badass.
Let's get
He
it.
is smooth like 88 Swan and determined like 86 Ward.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good call.
I like that.
14 will be all-time great if he chooses and the Steelers actually go to him. He can be
Mm.
unstoppable. I'm a fan.
Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you to AJ Martinez.
Absolutely.
Cal Monier, Tomlin would cook Harbaugh in a wide receiver DB 1v1.
Oh,
I guess that was brought up in
I was about
one
to
of
say, where did
Harbaugh's
this come
interviews.
from, man?
Yeah, how would you do against Tomlin? Tomlin was receiver in college, right? I guess Harbaugh was a DB.
All right, man. I ain't looking good for Harbaugh, man. Ain't looking good for Harbaugh. I got money on Coach T.
The only
I don't
thing
think
that
them hips-
Harbaugh's
them hips
got,
ain't getting out,
Harbaugh
man.
looks to be in a little bit better shape right now than
Hey,
Tomlin.
yo, chill. What is that?
But Tomlin
Yo,
can maybe bring
chill.
that Pickens or Hines Ward energy, bring some of that physicality, with that extra weight.
He looks like he's in better shape. Yo, you gotta chill. It's the camera angle, man.
Nah, he's lost some weight over the last couple of years. I will say that.
He put some and then he lost some. You right.
He did.
'Cause
Compared to young Coach T.
bro, it was a time we hollered at him. I think it was 16. We like, yo, Coach, baby. Hey, bro. And that was before he took that hair really, really low. And we used to be like, yo, Coach, you know when you take your head off, right? You know we could tell. just no, Coach. No, I love Coach T, man. But I got my money on Coach T, man.
Matthew Gisner. 410, behind enemy lines, ready for that Ratbird bag.
Ooh, let's get it.
Last one. Oh, and then we got Black Lavender. Gisner says, excited for 14. Great guest. 14 will go off Sunday night.
I like it. He also said no practice for Lamar. He is 100% not playing. That's what Matthew Gisner also says right there.
Is
How you
it safe
feel
to
about
assume that?
I don't know, man.
It's got to be 95 or above at least. Back-to-back DMPs.
Yeah. But then I got this like, I doubt it happens.
Are you just waiting for the Friday report?
Yep. Because to me, I'm like, if I have Lamar, I don't need Lamar to practice for him to go out there and start. Kind of like Minka. Kind of like TJ. Ben. Certain players like, yeah, I don't need him to go practice. But I want to see what it is on Friday. If it's still DMP Friday, then yeah, I love it. Like, we're good. But if he hit you with he was out there on Friday, or he gonna give it a go on Sunday, I'm like, okay, y'all was just wasting. Y'all was just letting him chill. You didn't want to risk anything, and now you putting him out there. But we shall see, though, man.
Black Lavender. Ask him if he was ever ATL Waterboy as Jit.
In the South, jit is a term they use as like when you was younger or a kid
Okay.
or like somebody's son. Like, yo, that's your jit over there, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. because who
was he like Larry Fitzgerald as a kid?
That's what I was
Fitzgerald
thinking,
was like
yeah,
the
that's what I was
Vikings
wondering.
like ball boy or whatever.
Yeah.
Pickens was
I had a
that?
question. And I've actually never looked into why, but why was Larry the ball boy up there? I know he was the ball boy for Chris Carter and Randy Moss, but like,
I know.
why? Yeah.
His dad was either a journalist or broadcaster for the Vikings.
Thank you. Okay, see, I've never actually thought to ask until we just talked about it. I was like, you know what? That's a good question. Yeah.
That helped build his
Interesting.
skills early on.
Yeah. So is he originally? He's a Minnesota baby then?
Actually, yeah, I have no clue where he's from.
Because obviously I know he went to school at Pitt, but that was my whole. I was like, what is the connection to Minnesota that would have had him being the ball boy of all things? Like, not just being from there, but like to have that type of access. Like, what was that time? Yeah, all right. I like them, man. All right.
And then
all right.
Noam has joined the upper room.
Man, shout out to No Wham, man. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Shocklu. I would love it if one offseason Coach T came in, shredded, and started cooking our DBs on some Michael Jordan vibes. Hashtag GOAT T.
Yeah. Yeah. You heard that story?
I've definitely heard about Jordan a couple times.
Yeah.
Going up against
the Hornets and
Hornets
Bobcats.
or Bobcats
Yeah.
in practice and
Yeah.
cooking.
With the twos.
1v1s.
Yeah.
I've heard
Mhm.
about that.
I don't know if Coach Tomlin was.
Coach T
like,
never made the pros.
Yeah, I was like, he
To
wasn't
begin
really
with.
like that. Like, as a coach, yes. As a player, Different conversation.
He said on that Ryan Clark podcast, because I think Clark asked him something about like why he loves coaching.
Mhm.
It had something to do with like why do you stay so connected to the game or
Yeah.
whatnot. He's like, to be honest with you, I respect the players so much because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So like coaching and this path in the game of the NFL was my only way.
That does make sense. And I like that approach to hear that. I've actually never like wondered that either. But I never actually asked that though. But that's actually good to hear though. Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but that's
Yeah.
kind of what he said.
I like that.
Damon Brown. So, well, that's my point. Like, I don't know if he couldn't make the pros.
Yeah. You show up you want to. Coach.
How would he be able to cook our DB? Even if he got shredded.
Deke,
He's
all
50,
I'm gonna
right?
say
He's
Deke, all
like
of
50,
us-
51.
Deke right now, because he's never been out there on that field, you can't ever challenge that. You just leave it as is. It's chain of command in the house, right? But it's kind of like, Deke, if you and your pops never went at it. But imagine if that one time you and your pops went at it and you actually like cooked him and you won one and you telling him, now you go sit over there. It just changes the hierarchy in the house, right? So when I think of Coach T ain't no athlete like that. You put him out there and somebody really cook him, because that's the other part. Like, we would try to do him dirty. I can tell you, we had Joey Porter out there. He was on that. Oh, yeah, I can still do it. And we were trying to do him dirty. Dirty.
What was he trying to do?
Everything. Pass rush the passer, block us. He raced Big Dan. McCullers, you remember him? Big Dan put him on hamstring alert.
No.
Okay, stop playing.
God.
Stop playing. Yes, okay.
Big defensive tackle.
Man, because everybody think that they can do it. Everybody, and that's the other thing, and we would joke about it. It's like, yo, P, man, once you get up there, bro, your mind still say you can do it, but your body ain't there like that, man. And everybody got that pride. Yep, sure enough. Hamstring alert, bro. So, and like I said, it just changed how you look at them. Because after that, you like, hey, coach, man, I hear what you saying, but you ain't doing nothing, huh? Don't make me get Big Dan over here. Hey, coach, you gonna run it again? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, man.
It's funny you bring all that up because there's all this talk about T.O. trying to come back.
I saw that
over these last couple of days.
I definitely saw that, man. Now T.O.
I thought it was a joke, and then like there's an official
talking
statement
with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah,
something just got released today
Yes,
that the
dude.
Dallas Cowboys are gonna pass on him.
Oh, whew.
They did their due diligence, but they're gonna pass. I don't even know why it was a serious thought.
It definitely was. Yeah,
He's 50 years old,
yeah.
and it's T.O. Like,
You know who
it's
he
one thing
is.
to
Yes.
bring in OBJ, and then you're
Yes.
questioning locker room problems. He's
Yes.
a little bit of a diva. At least he's still 29 or 30.
T.O.'s the originator.
Yeah, he's way worse than OBJ, and he's 50 years old. So, like, why did that ever even make sense or
I'm
thought
with you,
come to
bro.
that mind? The
I'm
Dallas
with you,
Cowboys
bro.
just beat the Eagles. Granted, it was with Minshew. Cowboys played a good game.
Yeah.
Like, why would you bring in T.O.
I'm with
in
you,
any
man.
capacity to mess that up?
Bro, I am with you. When I saw it, I was like, oh, they tripping right now. But that's the way they was rolling with it. So, yeah. But T.O. is one of the dudes that I will say this, man. He does keep in condition like that year round. As you can see, even
You
at
saying he'd
50,
beat Dan McCullers, maybe?
Absolutely. Absolutely he would. He would cook a lot of people still. Now, could he do it in repeat process of 17 games? That's the issue. Most of them dudes can't because the recovery takes too long. Man, you start getting, like, it's one thing to be training, but it's another thing when you start getting hit. When that starts happening, man, it changes everything, man.
Damon Brown,
Nah.
KP8 to GP, AO, always open. I love how that sounds for the next 10 years. Shout out to Trina, AJ, Brobarian. Deke gonna impress again with the interview.
Hey, I'm about to say, you set the tone
You know
with
what?
the Jalen Warren. I mean,
I think there's too much pressure now.
Nah, man. You set the tone, baby. So we all excited. I can't wait to see what you got cooked up today. Like I said, George Pickens will be joining us at 4 o'clock, man. So we're definitely excited about that.
We definitely got to do the cheetah question at the end.
Oh,
People are amped about that.
1,000%. The cheetah question is a part of our show now. Like, it's a part of it. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Dotson. Shout out to Banner. Shout out to Deke for remembering it all the time. Like, yeah, that's it, man. It's a part of it, bro. Yeah, but the thing though, going back to the T.O. thing, man, he could do it. I think for one game, I think he would ball out. But when you have him do it again the next week, I think that's when it's gonna start diminishing. By the time he get to week 6, that 50-year-old body is not recovering like these 21s, these 22s, these 26s, even them 30s recover a little bit faster. And at 30, it slows down with your recovery as well, man. So that's the thing. I just don't think he would be able to repeat at the level of how fast it comes back around, and that's when you start getting the injuries. So now instead of it being, is T.O. good enough? Yes, he's still good enough, but would he be able to sustain it and be healthy where you could count on him being out there for 17 weeks and willing to pay him what he is going to want to do that and what he's worth for 17 weeks? That's where you always run into the issue with those older players like that. I think if it's a one game, T.O. can give you some stuff, man.
You don't think he just play for free? I feel like he just wants the attention.
Listen. What was that movie? Oh, the joke. He was
or just the vet minimum, whatever that would be for him.
But once again, the vet minimum for T.O. is going to be like $3 million. It's based on how long you was playing. Yeah. By the time you get to year 6, your vet minimum is $1 million. Pretty much. So you start doing the math on that thing. Yeah.
Like, what, 15 years?
Yeah, okay. So his vet is kind of like we joked about Ben. Hey, man, let Ben take the vet minute. It's like, yo, his vet minute ain't regular vet minute. It's still going to be some M's. Now, quarterback position is very cheap if that was what he was taking. But in terms of T.O., yeah, T.O. could still come back. But are you going to want to pay T.O. 3 to 4, even if that is his minimum, when you could be saying, hey, I'm paying him 3 to 4, but I might only have him for 4 games, 5 games tops this year where he's 100% healthy. All these other games, it's like a shell of himself. He looks like a 50-year-old out there, and he's not giving me special teams. Or I can go get this kid from Tulsa Community College, pay him $300,000, or I think it's $450,000 now, whatever the Ricky minimum is now. Pay him $450K. He gonna go down on every special teams, and if he give me offensive productivity, it's all like a plus. So just from a business standpoint, that's the other part of it.
The real question is one game.
Mm-hmm. One game, T.O. Nice, bro.
Hold on.
Okay.
One game. You're gonna say the Dallas Cowboys or any of these teams in the playoffs. T.O. or AB?
Well, you go AB because he's younger. Yeah. And I think just in terms of, because it's not just about who can look good running routes on air. Deke, everybody at this level looks good in training. Everybody
I'm even
does.
throwing in the off the field stuff though. Are you more concerned
we're just
about
saying one
AB?
game. If it's just one game, we're just one game.
All right, how about a playoff run?
A playoff run, you probably go T.O.
Okay.
Yeah. You probably go T.O., but I don't think he's gonna sustain for the 4 games. Yeah. Because once again, you're playing every 7 days, man.
He needs to get picked up on one of the teams with the bye, probably.
Right, where it's like you play in the division round, sit out the AFC Championship, and then come back in the Super Bowl. I think that's or you play the back-to-back because then you get the 2 weeks off between the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl, and that could work for him. But otherwise, bro, that's a quick turnaround, man. Yeah.
Mike Lang, this will be my second Steelers game in one season. I hit game while they were there in Carolina. Now I'll be there in Baltimore.
I like it. Did
we
baby.
Make the right choice at QB looking at how Willis looks? I'd say so right now.
I just think that it's premature, man, to judge either one of those dudes. Kenny's situation has been drastically different in terms of the handling and the support around him because it was geared up for him to be the guy. Malik, it's not geared up for him to be the guy. It was geared up for Tannehill. So that's why, like, even them implementing Malik when they did in season, it was never a full-on commitment to him. It was Tannehill's hurt. You're going to come in here and play, but when Tannehill comes back, Tannehill gets the spot. So I just think it's very different trying to compare those two right now. I mean, if we, like I said, want the cheap, like, feel of it, then yeah, we say, hey, man, we guessed right. But I still, like I said, I think it's very premature for either side of that, man, to have that type of, like, hard stance, at least in my opinion.
Fisher Momentum, Happy New Year's to all. Tell GP
yes,
hi.
Indeed.
Hashtag
yes,
Deke and
indeed.
Moats.
Yeah, I guess it is New Year's coming up, huh? Yeah.
In 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, because it still is playing on actually New Year's Day.
You got any resolutions?
Nah, I don't really do that. You?
Yeah, it's been about the same over the last 2 or 3. I need to lose some weight.
We Brad Pitt in Fight Club, baby. You know I'm going to support you. You know I got your support, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens.
Yeah,
it's a resolution.
I've never been a resolution dude, man.
I failed both those. It's been like the last 2 or 3 years. Failed everyone. Gained weight.
But you still swaggy as heck, though, Deke. That's what you got to remember. Like, you can gain weight, but you can't lose the drip. Can't be both. All right, so as long as you got one, you good.
You're right.
Yeah.
Rayshawn Jones, GP, how is being a receiver for the Steelers knowing their success drafting receivers, and how does that affect the way you prepare yourself every day? And do you have a chip on your shoulder because of the draft selection?
All right.
We got some stuff along
We
those
definitely
lines.
got some of that stuff coming in here.
Stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
R. Barley, 18, started my film study. What the hell? Is this the dude's name?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. The Baylor nose tackle.
I was about to say.
Remember the name. I won't forget it because It'll be the one
Yeah,
that
it's
I will never be able to pronounce.
Psyche, Psyche.
He says he's the perfect
Yeah.
Steeler. And then he says, if you recall, I'm the one who called Tariq Woolen last February in the Super Chat. Also, if Canada goes and we have to keep 8, get Whipple in here.
How you feel about Whipple?
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, if we move on from Canada, there are options. And Whipple would, I think, be a decent name because of what him and Pickett did at Pitt.
You not nervous about the whole college thing again?
No, if anything, Whipple was more pro style.
Okay.
There was no college, like too much college aspect to it. I think under Pickett over these last couple of years, it was pretty much pro, drop back.
All right.
Pickett was slinging it out, but I mean, that would just be normal shotgun type of stuff.
I don't think I ain't watched
crazy.
any of it, so that's why I just simply asked you, man. Yep.
I'm still fine with Canada, but if we do move on, throw them in the mix.
Okay.
Declan Roberts. What's up, boys?
What's happening?
Just finished boot camp for the Navy. Haven't been able to watch the show or any football for 10
man.
weeks.
Let's go.
Says enjoying the show. Keep it up.
Nah, man, we appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate your service. And glad that you made it through boot camp, baby. Absolutely.
No, do a Deke versus Moats one-on-ones.
Deke gonna win. I'm washed. I like that. It's perfect just like that, man. Whatever the sport is, whatever the 1v1 is, Deke is gonna win. I'm washed. Whatever it is.
I think I got a decent chance if we do horse and hoops.
Yeah, man. I think you got me, man. I don't think it's a decent. I think it's you're gonna cook me. I was
good at that back in the day.
I think you would cook me, bro. Absolutely.
Haven't shot a basketball in probably 2-3 years though.
It don't matter. You still nice. You got the juice, bro.
Brian Rodriguez. Can you, as Pickens, if he looks at the Steelers receivers' greats like Stallworth, Ward, and AB, and how he feels about what it means to carry on that Steelers legacy? Okay, Steelers legacy receiver. Keep it in mind.
All right. And it's getting close to that time, man. Now, I should ask you on the front end, is he a 4 o'clock on the dot? Or is he a when he call, he call?
Yeah, when he calls, he calls.
That's what I was feeling too. Just wanted to make sure we was on the same page. Okay.
And we accept that.
We do. Just for him, though.
Show could be over. We'll restart the show. If I'm home and he calls at like 7 o'clock, call me up.
Like, yo, he said he's ready now.
I'll roll back over.
He's standing in front of the screen with the mask on.
So we got a few minutes. We talked some Dobbs. Could do a quick little around the league.
Yeah, let's do that, man.
Actually, yeah, this was a pretty good one that popped up in my head.
I got everything. We already hooked up and everything like that. So, yeah, whenever he calls us, yeah.
You have to have a starting quarterback for next season. Which Wilson are you taking? Russell or Zach?
Oh, God. What?
Whoa.
Ew. Oh.
You have to pick one.
Do I get any other context?
Yeah, I guess you got to go with the contracts.
All right.
That's why I think I'd go Zach Wilson. Just because
I could get out of it.
His cap hit is like $8 million probably, $8 or $9 million.
Yeah.
It's not anything crazy. And the Jets actually won some games with Wilson because of the team they have around him. Whereas Russ, you're paying him $50 million, and if he's playing like a Zach Wilson, your team's even worse.
Yeah. And I don't even know if the reports are true. But, bro, when you see it, when they said he had his old, like, parking spot, the own meeting room, and the squad was looking at it like, bro, what's going on? Like, they pissed with it. I don't know if you've seen it. I was looking.
No,
I was like,
who are you talking about?
For Russell Wilson.
What do you do?
Yeah, they were saying how when he arrived out in Denver, how it was just kind of like, it's him and there's everybody else.
It's
like,
when he wore his own jersey.
Yeah, or it's like he has like his own like parking area. His is like not even parking spot. Oh, he's caught. I don't know who this is. Let me see. Hello. Yeah. Oh, all right. This Moats right here, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna get you on that we start talking about.
Time for the George Pickens interview.
I appreciate
Hope you guys enjoy.
All right, you got me over there?
Yeah.
There it is. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. We've been talking about him. Y'all been requesting him. Everybody's been excited. And here he finally is. Came to the Steelers in the second round, 52nd overall selection in the 2022 draft from the University of Georgia. And this college football national champion also, number 14, George Pickens. So first off, George, man, welcome to the squad, man. We glad to have you on the team, man. If you could, just talk about how's life been in the NFL for you in comparison to your time at college?
It's been great. To be honest, just the only biggest, struggle I would probably say is just getting acclimated, to college and NFL, and that's probably with everybody who ever made it to the NFL.
Oh, yeah, facts.
But so far it's been like a good joyride.
Now, with that, what have you enjoyed most so far about this process, and what would be the thing that you would probably say, man, I don't really like this aspect about being a professional as well?
Probably the fact that like you can't play. You really got to play with the constraints of your game, because if you play too hard, you can get fined, you can lose money.
They gonna take that money.
I probably say that's the biggest thing. Everything is low key monitored.
Yeah. Now, true. And you've been a dude that since training camp, OTAs, mini camp, man, you've always played with a lot of confidence out there on the field. And like I said, this is you as a rookie. Now, is that something that you've always had, or have you developed that throughout your time in college?
It's something I kind of like always had, just like I'd probably say just growing up. My older brother playing football, my older brother with like older guys all my life, for real, really. The game of football, a lot of people who live up on top the game don't never humble them. And I feel like I got humble, at a young age. So I kind of worked my way up to the top.
All right, dude. Everyone's wondering, you changed on your Instagram bio that you don't want to be known as NFL Youngboy anymore. You said, I'm GP, fuck NFL Youngboy. What's going on there?
Yeah. It's really self-explanatory, for real. I really don't.
When did you hit the point? When were you done with it?
To be honest, bro, I wasn't really really never a big fan of it. That was really like what the fans was going on with, and I'm just like a laid back type person. So I just let it. I ain't gonna be a person like, no, don't. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I just let it, linger on, and then it kind of got low key corny. So I was like, you feel me? Like I never really accepted it anyway. I was just telling people like I'm GP. You feel me? Like it's kind of dead now.
No, I like that. And that is what he said to his hands. He's like, it's GP. I'm like, respect. I like it. Now, I want to talk about, when you first coming out of high school, man, because obviously you playing down in Hoover, which is a powerhouse down in Bama. But just talk about your high school recruitment and ultimately what led you to commit to the University of Georgia, because obviously we know Auburn was in the mix and stuff like that as well.
My high school recruitment was kind of like if anything, was the wildest ride of my football career. Like that's really like something I could really talk about, because I was first, like you said, I was first committed to Auburn in my sophomore year of high school.
Son, that is crazy.
Yeah, all the way up. I was committed my sophomore year of high school all the way up to my senior year, to the day we had to choose a different school. So I was committed to Auburn the whole time, and then I was always taking in-home visits, from other coaches and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And really the receivers coach from UGA at the time really got me over to Georgia. And it was just simply because he was more laid back. They message, UGA message was more like, that's one of them schools like, I mean, we want you, but we're not really going to beg for you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's really what's more real to me. I'm all about, you know what I mean? That was way more real. So I was like, I might as well rock with them. And then when they see my talent, they can, diversify from there. And that's basically what happened, bro. On signing day, I flipped. It was huge for back home for sure. Me being from Alabama, already committed to Auburn. That's really what it was. It was big. It hit the, like the national world when I started going crazy at UGA. But that's really like the story, bro. I flipped on signing day to UGA.
That's wild. Now, did you ever have any like second thoughts on that once you made that decision?
I kind of did, but then I didn't at the same time. Like when you're young, because I had to talk to Coach Malzahn before I switched. Yeah, so like that's the only thing I really second thought, because after you make the phone call, you got to have some some nuts to even say that.
No,
then
facts.
you gotta go in here, get on camera, and pick up a whole nother school. So at first, me being young, I was like, oh, should I have done it? And then when I did it, I was like, you might as well make it worth your while, and because you can always change the result.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope though. And shout out to you at least being man enough to actually pick up that call, man, because like you said, not everybody does that, man. But you did it right though, man. Now,
yeah.
And then obviously you go on to Georgia and y'all go out and win the Natty last year, man. So just talk about what was that experience like, man, the college football playoffs and stuff like that, man.
Oh, it was crazy. College football playoffs was like one of the most craziest things to be a part of, just us being a part of it our first year last year. And like I said, when I committed to UGA, I didn't know, but at the time we had the #1 recruiting class over Alabama. So like all those times I already knew I would be at practice. I'd be like, yeah, these guys legit. And then my junior year, I tore my ACL like in the spring, got back, played the last 4 games. And when I was in the Natty, I was just thinking like, it's like when you come back from an injury and you still reap the benefits of like the reward. Yeah. So you low key like, all right, you got to win. You feel me? Like you gonna have to win. Like you just tore your ACL.
Right.
In the national championship, it don't matter what happened. It could be a close game, but something's gonna happen, and that's kind of what happened, bro. It was a close game. We got a pick 6 at the end and won the game.
No, facts. And you had a big catch in that game too, man. So like I said, man, definitely was a dub across the board, man.
Hey, did you have any doubts about coming back and playing at the end of the season last year? Were you thinking draft stock at all? How you coming back could impact that? And to follow up, like, where was your draft stock? Like, did you have projections coming in? And then how did it change after that college football playoff run?
Yeah, my draft stock before was pretty high because my freshman year, I was like in a conversation with Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, just as a freshman. So, like, my freshman year, I was, they're like, oh, first round. Then when I got hurt, I just wanted to come back really for my team, to be honest to you, bro. Like, just to win a Natty and play with them again. I wasn't even really thinking about the draft. I was going, you know what I mean? Like, I was going to do whatever I had to do when it came to that point. But at the time, I was just like, come back with my guys and play.
See, and that's dope to hear because obviously we know now as the draft season gets bigger and stuff like that, guys always pulling out of games, whether it's playoffs or even regular bowl games. But it's actually cool to hear your mentality in the sense that you're like, man, I don't care about any of the other stuff. I'm coming back for my team. Like, I'm coming back for them. So now that's definitely dope right there, man.
Yeah, it's really like really the biggest things because the only biggest thing you got to overcome is when you do come out to that point and they be like, oh, is he fully, that's what I had to go through. Oh, is he fully recovered? With you personally, like how I knew, me personally, I knew like, bro, I'm more than recovered. Like I can't wait for y'all to see this. Like,
okay.
You, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll show you I'm fully recovered. But like at the time, you can't say that because like you're going through the process.
Yeah.
How did it feel then going after probably like where you were projected throughout college, like being a first round, like a top 10, top 15 type of receiver? And then here's another question. Do you know all the names of receivers that went before you in the draft? Are you one of those
guys? Nah, I don't even, I know a few of them, but like, I don't really know all of them. Like,
okay.
All of them. Cause I knew after the first day, I kind of wasn't. That's really why y'all see me in the shiesty mask and the type of shit I was wearing.
So you weren't happy.
I was low key over it. You see what I mean?
Like, you say, why y'all playing with me, man? Y'all know I supposed to been gone, man.
Yeah, like.
No, I like that right there. I like that. Now, UGA, I mean, they back in the college football playoffs, so I'm obligated to ask you, y'all, they gonna repeat? What's happening?
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna repeat. To be honest, they playing the Chick-fil-A Bowl in Atlanta. So like, at this point, you might as well send us to the. You can send them on to the. I mean, I'm just speaking. Like we just played LSU in Atlanta.
He said that's a home game. They at the crib, man.
And then you want us to play the same place, same at night time, basically same thing, just different team.
No, I like that. And yeah, everything looks like that too, man. Y'all definitely got a whole nother batch of squad ready to roll through this thing, man. But I did want to ask you, man, because obviously you did kind of allude to some of the draft story. But if you could, man, just take us through your NFL draft process, man. In the sense of, did you have a party? Because we just saw the picture of you in front of the screen and that was it. But what was that like for you in terms of the pre-draft process, where your agent was actually telling you were going to go? How did your family feel about it and everything like that?
It was really just crazy because I'm like, like nobody ever thought that I was actually gonna, get drafted at that moment. When you sitting there, you like so many rounds that went by, you like, man, I don't even know. And then when he tell you, like you said, when my agent told me, it was more of like, all right, let's go. You see what I mean? Like I was already, like I told you before, I was already fed up with like all the little, political stuff behind it. I'm ready to play. So like he told me, I was just like, and that's really when like when the video came out, that's really what it was. It went viral in a different way, but like that's actually really what it was. I was really like, everybody had, my brother, my friend, my other friend, he had a shiesty on, he had a mask on too.
Let's go.
We was all just like, bro, like it don't matter wherever you go, they don't really see you. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Because really, my family, my close friends, my family really know how good I really am.
Right.
And like, people who, whatever organization I'm in, like the Steelers now, like the stuff they see at practice, the people who really see the stuff. So like, that's really all you can bank on.
Why'd you roll with number 14?
That's really the number they gave me. To be honest, I tried to get number 1, but I think it's like sacred. Or something like tired or something like that. So like I wasn't tweaking about it for real. I was like, forget it, might as well.
Man. Yeah, that's the Steeler thing, man. They got only 3. It's only 3 officially retired numbers, but it's a ton of unofficially retired numbers. And yeah, one that apparently was Gary Anderson, man, old school kicker, man.
Would you leave it as is, like going forward? Like if you continue to ball out, are you gonna maybe try to convince someone to give you one?
Nah, I just see how like the situation play out at that time. It's all about at that time what's gonna happen.
And then just leave it as is. I like
it. All right, now we got to ask you about the guy that came with you in your draft class, man. Kenny Pickett. Man, what's it been like in terms of you two guys growing on the field? I was obviously privileged enough to see you guys during OTAs and minicamp, but even now where you're at in the season and now the things that we were seeing back then, you guys actually putting and executing in stadium. What has that been like for you?
Oh, it's been really just like a crazy, season, to be honest, bro. Because with that being said, Kenny is like a rookie just like me.
Mm-hmm.
So me and him both every day is like trial and error. You see what I mean? Like if we did this before, we would know what's gonna happen.
Right.
But like this is our first go around, so like everything is trial and error. And like you were saying, from training camp to now is way more advanced. He's way more advanced. He's way smarter, quicker, faster. Like you can just tell. And this is like on the back end of the season.
Yeah,
absolutely. You see what I mean? So like that just really showed me, like I already knew he was a fighter, like a real, like in game. It don't matter. Like come down to the last wire, he gonna put in his best effort. But now I can kind of see, like, when you understand the game finally. See what I mean? The game speed, new league. Once you understand that, then you're gonna see it, and that's kind of like what I've been saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. And we've been seeing the productivity as well, man. Absolutely.
I heard you linked up with him over at the scouting combine too. Then it just so happened both of you guys get drafted by the Steelers. Like, can you give some backstory to that?
Yeah, I actually it was at the I seen him at the combine because the quarterbacks and receivers, they get there around the same time. I seen him at the combine, and then I seen him on one of my top 30 visits. I think we were at the Detroit Lions together, and that's when I seen him again. That's when I was like, and that was ironically my last top 30 visit. Like that was the last one, and then I was done. And I seen him. I ain't seen him no other visit though. Like throughout, I had 12 of them. So like throughout all the other ones, I ain't seen him not once. But on the last one, I seen him. And I was like, I went home. I was like, bro, got the, like way back hair. Like his hair really was stuck. And I was like, that's like some James Bond. That's really what stuck with me. And then, so happened, ironically, like just like you said, seen bro again, seen the hair again.
The hair, man. It was the hair, bro. I like it. All right. So, what's it been like for you, man, playing for Coach Tomlin? We obviously, I've had a chance to play with him, man, but he's a guy that, always has different stories and impacts people in so many different ways. But if you could just talk about what it's been like for you under him.
It's been, I ain't gonna lie, it's really been like he a huge mentor. Like I see him more like, I mean, his title say coach, but like I see him a little more than that, just cause like you don't meet humans like that every day. Like everybody just got a title. You see what I mean? So, but you don't really never meet no human like that. You see what I mean? That's wired like how the way he's wired. So he really a huge mentor. You see what I mean? I ain't really seen a person that's like he don't really see stuff like in a negative light. Like it could be the worst possible situation, bro. He'll probably make light of it and it actually be true. And you actually like, okay, I can get out of this. You see what I mean? Or I can do this. And
that's
you ain't
Coach
even
T,
see that
baby. Heck yeah.
You ain't even see that way though. Like, so it's kind of crazy. Like he got a superpower. But like, it's cool to have him as a coach. Yeah. But I really look at him as like a mentor.
Nah, that's just dope, man. That's dope to hear you say that, man. And dudes that have played for him, man, all of us feel very similar to that because, like you said, he connects with you on a personal level, and just his way of communicating, man, is just very different, very unique in that sense, man.
All right, I got a couple of fan questions here. Pre-game meal? Do you have a specific meal that you eat before every game?
Nah, bro. I used to really ramen noodles. That's like a go.
Hey, hold on. What flavor?
Chicken.
Okay. Respect.
So that's the only thing you'll eat on a Sunday?
Yeah, or really day before the game. On the game day, I don't really eat nothing. I be eating snacks like Airheads. I can really eat anything before the game day.
But then what you were saying night before? You have a specific thing night before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Night before, ramen noodles. It got to be the night before, though. That's the thing.
Got you.
That's the ritual behind it.
Okay.
Music before pregame.
Chief Keef for sure.
You said Chief Keef?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what time you on. All right.
I'll say one or two more here. This one's good. This one's better. From Peter Miles 28. Describe Steeler fans in one word.
Chaotic.
Okay, not bad.
All right. I like it right there.
In a good way though.
Yeah.
I'm taking it as a good way.
That's how I took it. If you wanted to elaborate, you could definitely elaborate, but I took it as a good way as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, man, the two I got for you, man. The first one is this though. Have you had that moment just yet, that welcome to the NFL moment? And if you have, man, talk about it, where it's like, man, I'm finally here, I've arrived, whether it was something good that happened or if it was something that bad that happened, man, but whatever that moment was where you just really had that, all right, I've made it now.
I'll probably say training camp. Training camp was probably the first real, like, not even I made it yet, because in training camp you ain't even made it yet.
True.
So like really just going through practice, and I think it was a play. I had a crack, bro. I had a crack play on the linebacker, but I missed. Like, tried to throw my shoulder, and he wasn't around me, so I missed. And I ended up, after I missed, I was off balance. I ended up running into a D line, and I got through on the ground, bro. This is when I knew. When I got through on the ground, and I looked up, and I was like, and then I looked at my receivers coach, and he was looking at me. I was like, yeah, I'm in the league for sure. Like, this is crazy. Like, yeah.
No, respect. And then the final one I have, man, is obviously we know you got the Baltimore Ravens prime time this weekend, man. How are you feeling about the matchup, man? And without sharing too much, just, but ultimately, how you feeling, though?
Or maybe even reflection on the first matchup,
absolutely,
right? That was
man.
your first Steelers-Ravens game just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the first one was a real good outing. But for the Sunday night game, it's gonna be a real good outing too. Us as a team trying to, really us, like I said about Kenny earlier, everybody just been in that lab working. Even though it's towards the end, we kind of click right now. So like it's kind of like middle of the season mentality, even though it's towards the end. So we really just in the phase of working, and I feel like it's gonna be a good outing for all of us.
Nah, no doubt.
I forgot this fan question. This one's pretty good. Your top 5 receiver rankings.
Ooh.
Hold on, my fault. I can hear you.
Top 5 receiver rankings. This one's another one from the fans.
Oh, top 5 receiver rankings. Number 1, probably Calvin Johnson. I just looked up the other day. He like the only receiver with like 1,900 yards.
Okay.
So Calvin Johnson, number 1. Number 2, Randy Moss.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm gonna have to go. In my book, bro, this is just my book. Number 3, Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Number 4, I'm gonna probably go Julio.
Okay. Okay.
And number 5. Number 5.
We got. You got some names out here now. Ooh,
Yes,
got some names out here.
some people out there.
Mm-hmm.
People out there. Number 5, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go T.O.
Yo, okay.
No Jerry Rice.
Okay.
Now, really, number 1, me. Nah, this is
Fair enough.
But yeah,
All right.
No Jerry Rice on the list. Yo, you there?
yeah.
Why no Jerry Rice?
Oh, really? Because Jerry Rice was like to me, he was more of like I'm more of like a athletic, bendy type receiver.
Mhm.
Jerry Rice was more he perfected the fundamentals to where you can't guard it. That's really what I feel like what played a big part of it. And then back then, fundamental wasn't in, so fundamental was the new thing. Just like now, the new thing is swaying, doing all this whatever the new thing is. That's what's going to really put you in the game. And back then, it was just football, and Jerry mastered the fundamentals of it, so they weren't guarding them.
Okay, you're not feeling little receivers I see either, man.
Where's AB?
I was about to say you ain't got no little guys up here, bro.
AB probably number 6. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. All right. That works right there, and that works.
AB probably number 6. What was really wrong, I was thinking old heads. That was really what it was. I was thinking like older.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey, remember, it's your list. Your list can't never be wrong, man. Yeah, so if AB is number 6, then AB is number 6. It's all good. Yeah.
Well, I guess he's 7 if Pickens is 1.
Well, yeah, there we go. There.
All right, this is the last one. I'll give you some context. We've been asking every guest that comes on here this question.
Question of all questions right here now, George. Get ready. This is serious stuff right here, man.
The reason we asked this is because Kevin Dotson, your teammate, last year tweeted out that he said he could defeat a cheetah in a 1v1 fight. So that is our question to you. Do you believe you could beat a cheetah in a 1v1 match?
Like as in like a wild animal.
Yeah, the cheetah,
like
the actual animal.
But y'all in a fight, no
yeah,
weapons,
like an octagon MMA type of fight.
Yeah, your boy Dotson said this. Now, this is what Dotson said. And since then, everybody that comes on, man, some of these guys believe that they can, others not so much. So we trying to hear from you, man. How you feel?
I'm gonna keep it G real with you, bro. Hell nah.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie.
I think you're the first one.
Yo, let's go, man.
You're the
I'll
first
fight.
one
I
this
ain't gonna lie. I'm
season.
gonna fight for my life. But I am not winning, bro. I'm gonna die, bro.
I swear, I would have not expected you to be the first one to say that they couldn't. Now, I'm with you. I said it myself. I don't think that anybody hand to hand is beating a cheetah 1v1. Everybody's, oh man, I'm gonna choke it, headlock it. I'm like, bro, they got teeth and claws.
Yeah, like you're not gonna actually like. That's what I'm saying. Like they gonna all fight for their life.
Yeah,
but they not actually gonna like. I ain't gonna lie. They not gonna kill it. Like beat them. They not gonna actually beat the cheetah. They gonna fight for their life though.
Yeah. Okay. So shout out to that right there, man. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's George Pickens. So, man, once again, man, we definitely appreciate you, though, man, taking time to hop on the show with us. Big fans of you, man. We wish you nothing but the best going forward, too. All right, man?
Appreciate you.
No doubt, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.
Peace. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. George Pickens, as promised. Think he delivered?
That was awesome.
I think he delivered.
That was
I
great.
think it was pretty awesome. If you like what you heard, if you was digging the interview, hit the like button one time for the coaching. Shout out to hey man, I see the numbers went up too, and George came on low. Okay, all right. Oh, I think they did like the interview. All right, yeah. Well, definitely hit the like button one time.
Damon Brown says, "I promise, I knew that would be his response." Like,
Serious.
I
He was
Damon
very
Brown knew.
real about it because, bro, I'm sitting here like, yo, everybody says that. I've seen people when a dog bites them. A dog. We talking about a cheetah, bro. Cheetah got claws and fangs and all that. Yeah, man.
I couldn't believe no Jerry Rice on the top 5.
Yeah, I low-key was
I didn't
shocked.
know where he was. I should have specified like top 5 receivers now or just
Yeah.
top 5 all time. I didn't specify, but
Yeah.
the no Jerry Rice, that was shocking.
Yeah. I was over here. That's why I had to write him
I
down.
was
I'm
waiting
like,
for AB.
I wrote him down because I'm like, yo, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm not hearing something right. But I'm like,
Is
nah.
AB in your top 5? He's probably like 4,
AB's
right?
in my top 5.
He's
Yeah,
probably
hell
like 4.
Yeah, he's definitely in my top 5. Like I said, I'm
The
not
top
talking.
3
I'm talking specifically on Phil. He's in my top 5.
The top
Absolutely.
3 everyone has to go with, right, is Rice, Moss, T.O.
To me personally,
No matter what order, but
I know that's what.
is there a guy
Listen,
missing?
I know that's what we're supposed to say. To me, I personally go Rice, Smalls, AB. That's how I feel about it. I love
AB over
I have
T.O.?
AB
That
over
would
T.O.
make you can't take Moss
because
off. T.O. would make sense.
T.O. had way more drops. AB was a way more consistent catcher.
Yeah.
And me personally, AB didn't blow up my team. So my perspective of him is very different, you know? I can understand when you talk about T.O. It's like, yo, he done blew up Philly. He done blew up Dallas. Like, it's a little different. You might want to throw in San Fran, depending on how you look at that. But to me, yeah, in terms of AB, he ain't blow up my squad, man. We was good. We won a lot. It was great times. Yeah.
And Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson's probably 4
He's
or 5.
4. Yeah, he's 4. The only, like, my...
And then Julio's got to be in that mix. Although these last couple
to
years
me,
are making him look bad.
I have T.O. over Julio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see what I mean? So, like, I have Julio outside kind of looking in terms of my 5. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because missing any old heads?
I mean, I'm sure if you start talking Swan and those type
Michael
of guys,
Irvin.
yeah, I'm sure. But like I said, it's my list. Yeah. Because, like, when I think of, like, the reason why I put AB ahead of Calvin is AB is, what, 5'11", $180? Calvin is Megatron. And I can't relate to Megatron. I can relate a lot more to AB, though. You know, being a regular size guy, regular build guy that just outworks everybody's master fundamentals and, you know, goes on and does what he does. Yeah.
I'm just looking at some lists right now. Marvin Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Johnson. He doesn't have enough hardware. No way.
Yeah, they bringing that. They got OG names. I see an Art Monk up here. Shout out to Art Monk, too, man. Wait a minute.
Fitzgerald.
Larry?
Fitzgerald's
Yeah.
He's got to be in the mix.
He's in the
He's
conversation.
probably between, like,
Julio and that
T.O.
combo, yeah. Because he has the
Personal
consistency,
preference.
the longevity. Julio was a freak, too. But Larry definitely, yeah.
Chris Carter.
Tim Brown is another one they brought up. Man, Steve Smith Sr. Uh-oh. I feel like he's cut slightly below
I think
Julio.
he's borderline Hall of Fame.
But I look at Steve kind of like, who's better, Steve Smith or Hines Ward?
I think my biasness would say Hines, but
Because I'm always stuck between them two. I'm like, I lean
they're
more
close.
Steve. But
Steve had more explosiveness. For
Yeah.
sure. There's no question about that. Yeah, I guess I'm just too close to the situation. Maybe with Hines.
I like it though, man. I like it.
Just as a receiver, yeah, it's tough because Hines has the playoff stuff too.
That Steve.
You know what? He
had
did
the
that
Super
one
Bowl run,
year,
though.
yeah, with the loan.
Carolina, yeah.
He had that one crazy catch. I think it was in overtime, wasn't it? That got him to the bowl.
And his celebrations were crazy in Carolina. Bro, when they did the boat, come on, fam. Steve was going to give you something foolish. He was going to give you something foolish. He was low-key doing it before OSHA was doing them all crazy, man. Steve liked that, bro. I like Steve.
Okay, so that's
good.
top 5. I mean,
Quality
I
list,
think
man.
most people would. Yeah, it's those names: Rice,
Yeah.
Moss, T.O., A.B., Julio, Fitzgerald, and like a Marvin Harrison or I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe another old
So
guy. like
we don't
Irvin.
hate his list. We like the list. The list was cool enough.
Devontae Adams, huh? Getting thrown in there.
I don't hate it. But I can understand it. But yeah, so once again, man, shout out to George Pickens. Now let's see, man, what do we have next on the list? It's preview time. Time, or do we want to go supers, man? It's up to you.
I said we clean up a couple of the supers.
Let's clean it up then, man.
I think we just have 2 or 3.
All right, so yeah, I'll leave that up there, and we're good.
Sean Diddy, am I right?
Yes, yeah, we're good. Yep.
He says, how do you guys feel like the draft will go for us?
I mean, I haven't even thought that far, but I think it's gonna go well when we get there. Heck yeah. Because we don't have a ton of holes that we're trying to fill. I think we're going to be real specific in terms of what we're going to be looking at. And as long as we can actually stick to that and not allow the temptation of some of these shinier objects to distract us, I think we'll be fine. But we know them shiny objects can get real shiny at times. Yeah.
I saw someone's mock draft pop up on my Twitter feed. It had Addison at 1. Oh, did you see this? I don't know who it was. Maybe it must have went viral because it is like the perfect mock draft. It's what we want. Addison won. Joey Porter Jr. with that 33rd pick. And I forget who was third. Do you remember who the third pick was?
I don't, but when I saw them two, I was like, man, if it lined up like that, of course.
Was it an O lineman? Oh, it was Canty. It was Canty out of Pitt. Yeah,
but let's be real. Is it going to line up that perfect, man?
Top 3 picks.
Come
Addison,
on, man. Dude, that was like too perfect.
Joey Porter Jr. and Kalijah Canty. That'd be good. The only problem is Kalijah Canty's a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
That'd be like, we're just bringing him in.
Maybe we need him. You never
Yeah,
know.
depending on what we do with Ogunjobi.
Never know.
Because maybe, in free agency, instead of Ogunjobi, we sign a left tackle or something. We'll need a D.
Because like I said, we got this it's going to be very similar to what we just saw last year in terms of when we replaced the quarterback situation. We tap free agency, but then we did draft. So it's like, man, we can pick, okay, do you want to go a Levi Wallace and bring back a Kello Witherspoon like we did last year? Or do you draft a corner in them first 2 rounds type situation? But yeah, either way, I think they'll be good though, man.
Okay, this one was a question for GP. Who's this from? Because I cut off their name on my screenshot.
What did it say?
He says, for GP, do you think you and Kenny a better duo than Joe and Jamar?
It's no, was it Noam? They said Noam?
Yeah.
Noam, yeah.
You think you and Kenny a better duo than Joe and Jamar and the best Young Boy song? We missed you, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely missed that. My bad.
That could have made some headlines right there, huh?
No, what? Are you better than Joe and Jamar? Oof.
Yeah, who are they?
Oof.
Who's Joe and Jamar?
That's a lot. That's the best Young Boy song would have been interesting though, especially with him saying that he wouldn't be called Young Boy anymore.
Yeah.
I like that though. Wants to be his own person.
Hey, so my chat jumped before I was able to get some of these
You good, bro?
screenshots in.
I got you.
Steeler Nation 43.
I got one ahead of you. You're good.
Right.
So yeah, Sean McCartney, he says Josh Dobbs starting over Malik Willis and loves it. And yeah, we did talk about that, and we definitely do love that. Absolutely.
Steeler Nation 43. The league better get ready because Pickens will take over the league.
Hey man, I'm hoping so.
Damon Brown, great interview once again, Deke.
It is.
What about Moats? Come on.
Nope. It's you. It is you, man. Let's go.
It's not all, man.
It is you.
It's
You
a
the
team.
GOAT. You're the GOAT, man.
It's a team. We got to do Thursday just for GP. Every Thursday next season.
Uh-oh.
Set that up.
Uh-oh.
Also, can we do one with Banner? Love to know what he's been up to. Shout out Trina. Peace.
He just got married, man.
A checking up with Banner segment.
Yeah, he got married. Because he got engaged and he got married, I want to say. Or he might just be engaged still. I got to check. But yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. Yeah, you never know.
Camonier, is Spillane low-key better than Bush?
Depends on what you are specifically asking for. Think they both bring positive things to the table. But yeah, it just depends on what you're looking for. Are we doing this? We're not doing that, are we? We're not doing that.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Why you want to do all
you,
that?
You need one linebacker.
Hey, yo, you doing
Game
a lot
tomorrow
all
for
of it.
your life. Who do you
Why
want?
are you doing all of that all of a sudden? Like, what did I do to y'all?
I didn't ask
What?
the question. I didn't ask the question.
I just don't like how that day, man.
I feel like
Hey.
based off a lot of our conversations,
Hey.
this is just my
You gotta chill.
guesstimation.
Everybody
I
just
think you
chill.
lean a little more Spillane.
I think we should all just chill. I think that's what we should be doing. Like, what are we doing? Y'all are extra today. What is this? Deke, because he didn't specify, he just simply asked to the conversation, to the super chat. So I'm going to ask you, Deke, is Robert Spillane low-key better than Devin Bush?
I feel like you know what you're getting from Spillane on a game-in and game-out basis. I think he's more consistent. Devin Bush has some highs that I don't necessarily get to see from Spillane, whether it's in coverage or just showing off his speed a little bit.
Yeah.
I just wish we could see that more. So I guess I'm with you. I don't know if I have a definitive answer. I think I would want
one game,
more.
your life on the line, who you got? One game, your life on the line,
damn.
who you rolling with?
Who we playing?
And it's 4 quarters, too.
Who we playing?
Anybody in
team
the
passing a lot
league,
or
they do
running a lot?
both. They do both. Yeah.
Just a well-balanced team.
Yeah, well balanced. Yep.
I actually think Devin Bush has played halfway decent this year. I think we
You don't
might
even
have
compliment him the right way. How you gonna say I think he's played halfway decent? You've already just like, come on, man.
I think
Say it like you believe him.
there's so much 2021 stuff in our heads that we're still scarred from with
Hey,
him.
son, you funny. You are funny. 4-quarter game, baby. 4-quarter game. They can run it
It's tough.
and they can throw. Yeah.
I think it's tough. What does that say?
Exactly. What does that say, Deke? What does that say? If I were to
Do
say,
I have Miles Jack?
if Miles Jack is in the conversation and was a 1v1, who it wouldn't be a conversation with it. You would just simply take Miles Jack, right?
No. I'm saying Miles Jack's our other linebacker.
I'm just asking, forget the other linebacker part. I'm just simply asking, if we were to add Miles Jack into the equation, would it be a simpler answer? If I say, who would you take, Spillane or Miles Jack?
I'm actually
Devin
not
Bush
sure.
or Miles
I think
Jack?
I'm just trying to buy time.
Is that what it is? I feel like you'll want to say what you want to say, bro. I've never seen you be a one to not say what you want to say. Usually you're like, Mr. Get it off your chest, Mr.
Like
I'ma
Devin
say
Bush
it. I got the taco meat out. This is me.
I like Devin Bush in coverage. I just feel like what happened in that Ravens game is just way more devastating, where teams could literally run on us, and we couldn't do anything about it. Like, we knew they were going to run. That's what I don't think we're going to be lacking with Spillane, at least.
True. Okay.
Devin Bush has had some lapses in the run game.
But Devin Bush is a better man cover.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I really appreciate Devin Bush's coverage.
Devin's the man guy.
There's been some
Spillane's
really
his own
good
guy,
plays
though.
he's made in coverage, actually, this year.
So this is what you have to ask yourself. Is Spillane zone coverage plus run defense enough to offset the athleticism and the man-to-man coverage that Devin Bush can give you? Because that's my biggest dilemma. I know people that say Spillane can't cover, and I can show you plenty of tape to refute that. But I just think they're very different in what you ask. Spillane, he's a zone coverage guy. You put him in zone coverage, he's going to do everything you want, and he's going to excel at it. And that's what he's been doing all season. You want Spillane to struggle, you put him in man coverage, and we've seen what that looks like when he is not able to just sit back, read the quarterback, break on the ball like he's supposed to. Flip side, Devin Bush. If it's man-to-man and you're just simply saying, Devin, don't read no keys, just take this guy, he's going to do that. He's athletic. He can run with them all. You tell Devin, hey, man, run this middle into Tampa 2 like we have Spillane doing, it's not always as consistent. You ask Devin to do some of the things in terms of being patient, and some of the zone stuff is not always as consistent. But that's the flip side. When you ask him, hey, man, can you go sideline and make that tackle over there? Devin can do that. Spillane, if he's not already aligned there, read his keys and got the jump, he ain't going to make that play. So it's really like the super athletic backer that is a little bit more up and down with his play versus the not as athletic linebacker who's extremely consistent, but you're not going to get a 10 productivity. You might get as high as an 8, but you might only get as low as a 5. Whereas Devin could give you a 10, but Devin can also give you like a 2 out that joint. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what you're trying to look for. That's why it makes it very tough, man. Makes it very tough. Like, are we saying
I'm not for one to just give no answer?
Because I'm like,
I don't know if I feel like that amazing.
Right? Because I'm not saying, okay, who's the better player? What does better mean? Is it more productive? Because the productivity would go to Spillane. But if we're saying the better player in terms of just like all around, like what he could bring, then I say Devin. But if I'm asking who would I bet my life on to execute every call for 4 quarters, I lean Spillane. But if I'm saying who can make every play that I'm going to need them to make for 4 quarters, then I lean Devin. You see what I mean? Because I'm like, he's capable of making every play on the field. But is he going to do that? It's 50-50 at best. Spillane's not able to make every play on the field, but he's going to make 90 to 95% of the plays that he's supposed to make. So that's the dilemma. It's like, I don't know.
You know why I'm really struggling to answer? I just feel like whatever I decide in this hypothetical scenario, the opposite would be taking place. Like, if I pick Spillane, he'd be getting torched in coverage.
Fair enough.
And I'll be like, wow, this is how I'm going to go out. And then if I pick Devin Bush, we'll be getting the ball run down our throats, and I'll be pissed off about that. It's like betting. It's like, oh, I'm going to bet on this game, and like you just feel like whatever bet you make is the wrong one.
I already know.
That's what I feel like would happen. Whatever I would pick. That would be our weakness, and that's how
I felt going into Carolina. I'm hyping up, I'm talking about Spillane, and then the Chuba Hubbard in coverage runs. If I'm like, all this time I've been talking about Spillane in coverage, and he's been doing fine. But of course, this is the week where this happens, and man, and then we broke down why it happened for the context, but it doesn't matter. It's like, this is of course how it happens. Then we start talking Devin Bush. Hey man, he been physically been doing good against the run. And then Baltimore, we like, God dang, like what's the, you know what I mean?
I'll take Devin Bush.
All right.
That's my answer.
All right. That's who you going with?
That's my answer.
I like it then, man. I like it.
What's yours?
I was gonna put the poll in because it does look like there's some
We need your answer.
there's some back and forth going on. It's a lot of back and forth going on in this chat. I don't think it's. You tell me, do you think it's definitive in the chat just yet?
If anything, it's leaning Spillane.
That's what I'm trying to figure out though, because I don't know.
I'm saying Devin Bush for my answer.
I will put a poll up. Is that better for you? You like when I say it like that? We want to put the poll up. We want to put the poll in.
Pull up's fine.
Poll up, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
There's no way that people could take that in the wrong way, right?
There we go. I don't think so, man.
No.
Who would you rather have for one game? Is that what we're saying?
One game, life on the line.
One game, comma, life on the line.
As your starting middle linebacker.
Question mark. Bush. Spillane. All right, there we go. Who would you rather have for one game? Life on the line. Spillane, Bush, Ask Community. The poll is up, Daddy-O. There we go. Is that better now? It's up. Can you feel it?
See, now you're...
You doing too much. Don't be like that. You doing way too much. Don't
Now
make it weird.
now
Don't
you're
make it
going
weird.
too
You're
far
making it
with
weird. I just simply said that the poll was up, and I asked, could you fill it in there? That's all I asked. Why you got to be like that, man? Don't be weird, bro. I'm just saying the poll is the poll up? Can you see it?
I thought we were past it.
Can you see the poll? Is it big enough? Or is it?
Damn, I'm just going to call it a survey again.
Can you see the? Oh, my God. Why you be doing this, Deke? You be playing way too much, man.
It's a me problem, you think?
I think it is, man. I think that you be projecting on me, man. I'm just over here.
Childish.
I'm just talking about the poll and how I put it in, and I wanted to know if it was big enough so that you could see it and feel it and interact with it. Have you participated on the poll?
All right, I'm not in. Come on.
It's not like that, bro. It says to engage the audience. So I'm asking, have you engaged with the poll? That's it.
I haven't voted on the survey yet. I'm going to vote Devin Bush.
Man, why you be acting all weird, man, whenever we get to talking about the poll, man? What we looking like? Ooh, okay. All right, see? This what we needed to poll in. Because the comments saying one, this what we needed to see, though.
A lot of people saying Spillane.
Yeah. It's starting on hot.
Came down to the vote.
It's starting on hot, man. So I'm going to leave the poll in for a little long. I've only had the poll in and up for a minute. I know it feels like it's been way more than that, but it's only been for a minute, man. It feels longer, don't it? Not in a weird way, just in a normal way, man. Come on, man. Stop being weird, bro. Just engage the poll. Don't be weird, all right? Yeah. Here I am spreading the poll out, trying to show a little love to everybody, get some participation on the poll, and y'all want to be weird about it. Dang, I can't believe y'all, man. Boy. Hi. All right.
A couple more super chats before the preview.
Sounds good. And should I leave the poll in while we do that? Or you want me to take your poll? Take it out. Leave it or take it out?
I think it's fine to leave the survey as is.
All right, I'll leave it in for a little longer then, man. Yeah.
Jerry Ramos. I think this is right. I think he's the next one.
Yes. Because Kyle was the one who started this whole Spillane and Bush, and now has us talking about Bush, Poll, Spillane. Yeah.
That was Kyle Monier.
Shout out to Kyle.
That was him.
Yep.
GP and DJ, I hope they play together for a long time. I really believe with KP8 at QB, as years go by, GP and DJ can be the top receiver duo in the league.
They got potential. I mean, we know what George is capable of, and we're seeing flashes of what Kenny is capable of. I think health definitely matters, but if they can keep growing together, this is the perfect storm, so to speak. I mean, we kind of like laughed at the whole Jamar and Joe Burrow situation, but it's a lot of similarities in that sense, man. In terms of just two very young, talented players coming into an organization and being able to grow together, being able to learn together, being able to have success together. I think for those two guys, man, when you're able to build those type of bonds and grow like that, I can definitely turn into something very, very special like that, because a lot of the productivity part is real, but you also got to have that type of like connection as well, that synergy. And that was the one thing that I could tell you, man, watching 7 and 84, bro, them two dudes, man, they had that connection. Like, it wasn't always we operating on the best of terms personally, but it was like, bro, they just connected. And it was like when they're on that field, them dudes just had it. And I feel like, man, if they can do that, if they can get that with the talent, then absolutely they got a chance to be like that.
You heard some signs from it in the interview.
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Man said he had the hair, bro. It's like James Bond.
That's funny.
I was like, yo, let me hold it in. I don't need to laugh too hard. Just chill, bro. Chill.
No, that was great whenever he was talking about Pickett just from the start of the season, though, too. Going back to, like, training camp in the offseason.
Yeah.
And how much he's even developed. And then just speaking highly of Pickett from a standpoint of, like, he's got that dog in him. Almost going back to, like, what Jalen Moore said.
He said, yo, and we never questioned, like, when it was going to be, like, game time, late in the games. Like, he got that. Yeah.
Come on, year. I personally love having both Devin and Spillane. I think they both have improved this year, but it seems like the Steelers trust Spillane more. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's not inaccurate. That's basically what me and Deke just said. We were both talking about how it's like, man, one is not going to have the crazy highs and lows. So if I'm a coach, you trust in critical situations the person that's going to give you the most consistency, even if they're not the better player, the player that's going to give you the most that you can depend on. So that's when you see third downs, who do you see out there always? Spillane. Because he's going to line up right. He's going to do everything that you need right. He's going to have the call right, and he's going to execute it to the best of his ability. Whereas when we talk Devin has this crazy potential, but the consistency isn't always there. So when you're talking critical downs, possession downs aren't weighted the same. Situational football, your Coach Simon talk about that. Third downs, red zone situations, those plays matter a lot more. So if you don't trust the player, I don't care how athletic or how much potential they have, you're not going to put them out there in those moments because it's weighted too much. And all it takes is this person having a mental lapse, because that's what they've been doing throughout their career. And that be the difference of you getting off the field versus giving up a first down, or worse, giving up a touchdown. So that is the big reason why the Steelers do put Spillane out there as often as they do in these obvious passing situations. Because, yeah, it doesn't make sense when you think athletically who fits that. Everything me and Deke just talked about. Devin Bush is the better athlete, hands down. But when you're talking about the trust factor, can you trust it every single time? And that's part of the reason why Spillane had gotten the opportunity and how he's been able to keep that opportunity. Now, Devin has definitely been playing really good this season without a doubt, and that's why he's even in the conversation to where he's at now. But I think that's the big reason in terms of why we still see Spillane as frequently as we do, even dating back to last season. Because last season, it wasn't supposed to be Spillane out there. Remember that. It was supposed to be Joe Schobert and Devin Bush. And it eventually turned into Spillane, you got to go because we're not getting what we expected. And that was why the whole offseason played out the way that it did. So, you know, that's kind of the situation right now. But, man, we'll see. Yeah, I think both of them dudes, though, if I could get them both back, I would love to. As long as the money's right. And I don't think the money is an issue with 41, more so with Devin, just because of the first round grade on him. And this is, like I said, when we talk about why we always bring that up, because when negotiations happen, that matters again. So I know, like, we love to not always minimize the draft standing in terms of, like, when we're having conversations about debates and players' values and stuff like that. But this is why you can't just undo where players drafted at, because money-wise, 55 is always going to have that added leg up of being a first rounder. So when you throw all that context in, that's why we say, when I say about the money part, it's like, if you can get him back at a reasonable rate because of that first round tag that was on him.
Taos Levy. Have y'all heard of Cedric Gray? He plays for UNC. He's a linebacker. I think he would be a great fit. He's first team All-ACC, second team All-American, FBS, leading tackler. Check him out.
No doubt, no doubt. I have to do that then, man. I like it. Yeah, I have not fully dove into my college stuff just yet. Hopefully, I could put it off for a couple more weeks, man. Hopefully. How you feeling, D? We're going to be able to put it off for a couple weeks, right?
February.
All right, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Okay. So, yeah, because that's my rule. I don't do draft until after the season's over. So we need our season to keep going. But whenever that does come to pass, then yes, I would definitely check out Cedric Gray, man, because we clearly will. I mean, we could be in the market for a linebacker. Absolutely. I mean, depending on, like we said, what happens with Devin, Spillane, because Miles, he's still under contract, so we're good there. But yeah, just depending on how they want to handle that situation in terms of the player next to Miles. Or do they look at it as we want to bring in, a talented guy mid-round? Like, that's stuff that we got to figure out. And, like I said, when we deep dive into all that, we'll be able to give you a better answer. But either way, we appreciate you.
It's literally 4 games is what it comes down to. Well, outside of ours. Jets, Seahawks.
Yep.
Dolphins, Patriots.
Let's go. Teddy Two Gloves.
Dolphins, Jets
Mm-hmm.
the following week,
Mm-hmm.
and then also Patriots, Bills. Those
Let's
4
go
games.
Buffalo. Mm-hmm.
I literally think the teams that we need to win in those games are going to be considered favorites in all of those games.
I do agree with you as well. Mm-hmm.
Hell, I don't know what we are going in this Ravens game. We might be considered favorites too.
I was wondering how did we feel about that, and obviously we'll talk about it. But because I was like, man, we should be favored, but because this is the exact same scenario that was just here 2 weeks ago, and we lost it, are the bettors and the fans going to look at this and say, well, what makes this different than that time? Now I know for us, we'll say, well, we got Kenny out there, but for them, they're going to say, we still
Kenny
ran for 200.
I can't remember if we were favorites or not. I think we were.
I think it was like by like one. Was it like one or two?
I think it was by a couple. Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, how much could it have moved since then? But since they won with Huntley and Anthony Brown, like, are they looking at this scenario saying, well, man, they did it with that group. What does it look like this time? You know what I mean?
You want me to check now on the spread?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it in a little bit anyways. Think about it, yeah.
Damon Brown, rest in peace to the GOAT of soccer, Pele.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he passed away. 82 years. Was it 82 years old? I think it was.
This just happened.
Yeah, literally right before the show started.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right before the show started. They yeah, I think I saw it around like 1 or 2 o'clock time frame. Yeah, but he had, I want to say he was like sick or something was going, because I had seen reports where it wasn't like, it was like the past like couple weeks. Yeah, he had been dealing with, I don't know what it was specifically he was dealing with, but he had something going on the past couple of weeks. I remember them like saw in the reports where he was first like checking into some like hospital or something like that. But yeah, they said that happened today, man. So, you know, he's one of the GOATs, man. Goats, man. So definitely big RIP to Pele, man. So let's go ahead and give him a moment of silence, please. All righty.
Damon Brown goes on to say, this man was a worldwide sports icon, no different than Jordan, Ali, or Gretzky.
Facts.
And deserves to be remembered.
Facts. He the reason why I started playing soccer, bro. Keep it a buck. So absolutely, man. Shoot, him and my little brother. They went from Pele, was watching his little highlights and stuff like that. Then it was Ronaldinho, baby. Absolutely. Shout out to the Ivory Coast.
Skydiving Heck, who's the Steelers' biggest rivals in the AFC North, in your opinion?
Them ops we about to go see this weekend? Yeah. That's what I'm rolling with. The Ratbirds. Can't stand them. Hate them. Respect them a little bit, but I still don't like them.
They've been the most steadiest for sure.
Because they're most like us. When we see them, it's like looking in the mirror. But we're the nicer version. That's kind of how I look at it, man.
You've had the Bengals have ups and downs over the last 20 years.
The Bengals remind me of the baby brother that always temper tantrum. Every once in a while they get good, but they always complain, and then we whoop up on them, and then they be in their feelings. That's what I think of when I think of Cincinnati, and when I think of Cleveland, I'm just kind of like, bro, you the stepbrother. I don't even know why y'all even talking over there, bro. Like, just shut up. You're irrelevant.
Yeah, we thought they'd be a little bit better with Deshaun Watson.
I swear that's how I feel,
He's
man.
worse than Brissett.
Yeah, I'm like, I think of Steelers as the oldest brother. Baltimore is like, they about 2 years away from each other, so they feel like Baltimore every once in a while can beat the older brother on occasion, but older brother's still the big dog. But they just feel like they can try it, so you get that dynamic. Cincinnati, they too little. It's like, man, every once in a while, y'all get a punch in here and there. Every once in a while, oh, you hurt my man L. Bill. Okay, cool. And then we came and dragged Joe how many times after that? I think of that type of stuff, right? Oh, man, you did the Hooshman side. You going to draw? Oh, you going to rub your feet on it? Okay. And then we came and waxed y'all that next time. Like, I think of that type of stuff with Cincy. But with Cleveland, it's like, bro, what are y'all, like, go figure out y'all situation. All right? Y'all colorway trash, too. Yeah.
I am concerned about Burrow long term.
Yeah.
In this division. I'm not going to front.
Yeah.
He feels like he's going to be a guy. I mean, I don't even think there's a debate to it at this point, right? He's a top 5 or 6 quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Third year into the league. Worried about him. But I think we got a guy, too. I think we got a guy. Remember going back to the draft?
Yeah.
Some people were criticizing, I don't know if Pickett can sling it out with some of these AFC North quarterbacks.
Yeah.
No, I think we got a guy to compete with all that.
No doubt. Oh, question. Before we fully transition to this Steelers-Ravens preview, my poll was still up. It's been up for 13 minutes. I know sometimes that's actually not good. I don't know if you know that. Like, sometimes you don't want your poll to be up for too long. If it is, then you might need to seek medical attention. I'm just trying to make sure that my poll hasn't been up too long where I might need to seek any type of attention. 13 minutes is not crazy, but I just didn't know your standards.
So you're saying
Is 13 minutes long enough for you?
I'm saying should you call Google?
Do you feel good
YouTube
about this?
to help?
Do you feel good, or is it too much? Has it been too much? I could take it out. Or you want me to leave it in?
I just gotta.
It's
No
up, but
answer
I
on
could
this.
put it down. I can go ahead and I can deflate it if you need me to, man.
You could ask the chat. I'm not
Oh, you want me to
answering.
ask the chat?
Yeah.
But I'm talking to you, man. Me and you have microphones, man. We don't have the phone lines today. We talked to GP today. So now I'm talking to you. Come on, man. So what you want me to do, man? Want me to take the poll out? Or we keep it in? It's your call.
I think you can end the survey.
You want me to end the poll? Take the poll out.
I think you can end the survey.
It was in too long.
However you want to phrase it.
If it was
I
in
say you just end the survey.
Has it been in too long?
If you think it is, like I said, you might need to call like Google or YouTube help or something. Like you're saying, it might need some attention or something like that.
All right, can you now, Leah Warren said, don't stop. I just don't know. I don't know. You want me to keep it in or not?
I'm good. I think the survey.
Skydiving Heck said keep it in.
I think we.
Skydiving Heck said keep it in. And Stan Claire, you know what Stan Claire said?
I think we got a definitive answer.
Stan
on
Claire
this
said,
questionnaire.
when I was asking, should I keep it, it hasn't been in long enough. And Stan Claire was like, that's what she said. So you just never know, man. You never know. It does feel good, though. It feels good for me, at least. Does it feel good for you? The interaction?
dude.
The engagement? It's engagement, man. Come on, man. We're all engaging on the poll.
No,
That I put
think,
in.
I think Rod Dulles said it best.
No.
He said no pool engagement, none of that.
No poll. Oh, so
No,
now
it's kind of.
it's been a lot of y'all that's engaged on this poll. Okay, I'm seeing.
It's getting too questionable.
It's a lot of
up in
y'all.
here.
So I'm gonna end the poll because I'm gonna take the poll out. It looks like it was very definitive in terms of how y'all was feeling the poll. Did you vote? You
I
went.
did.
You
I
went D
said
Bush.
Devin Bush,
So you
yeah.
went Bush on the poll. Okay. All right. So it does look like the poll won with Bush. Bush is the poll winner because he had 65%. In contrast to Spillane's 35%. So that's actually good to know, though, man. It was good context right there, man. Thank you for everybody that did interact with my poll. I do feel better now. Thank you. Thank you too, Deke. I did feel what you did too, man. Don't be weird. Just don't be weird, bro.
I thought we were past this.
I was trying to let you know that I appreciate your interaction with my poll.
There was none of that.
You said you voted.
It's getting too saucy.
All I said was I appreciate you. That's it. Because I'm a gentleman. A gentleman, says nice things after the poll is done being interacted with. It's like, thank you, man. Everybody was good. So
I think we just got to move on to this preview.
let's do it. All right. All right. So how I'm feeling, how you feeling about said preview? Steelers, Ravens. Couple things, man, on my chest. First off, as we get to talking about this here matchup, I like to always talk about advantages I think we shall have because I like to start on a positive note. You know what I mean? And with that, I do feel like our passing attack, once again, should be able to have success against them. We looked at how we matched up against them last time with Trubisky, and you look at the way that George Pickens, or excuse me, GP, because that's how you answer the phone. Yo, it's GP. I said, well, I ain't never had no rookie call my phone and just give me the initials.
Hey, 4 o'clock.
Low key, but he was right on time, bro. But that's how I could
So
tell.
he's serious about GP.
Yeah. Like when I talk to Air Automatic, you can hear him. Hey man, this is Jalen Warren. Hey man, this is Kevin. Hey man, this is such. They go full name. I mean, it's Connor. Hey, Connor, I know who you are, bro. Like everybody gives the full names. Like, yo, this is GP. I was like, dang.
Maybe he watches the
All
show.
right. I liked it, man. I liked it.
Didn't feel like he had to give a formal introduction.
Now, respect, big time respect, man. But I do feel like guys like him and Deontay, who had a ton of success last time going against those guys, I think that they'll be able to replicate that specifically because of the coverages that they play. We broke that down in terms of the cover 1 and the cover 3 that they like to utilize, and I just think that our play action pass is going to once again be one of our bread and butters because of how aggressive those inside linebackers are. Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. They can obviously read, line of scrimmage and stuff like that, but they are very aggressive. And at times on play action pass, that's where you can have success against them in terms of getting that separation, them up close and that safety deep. Those deep over routes that we've been already seeing and having success with, I think that is there. The other thing, and I alluded to this yesterday when we were talking, Deke, we talked about that slot matchup when the Falcons played the Ravens last week and they were putting Drake London in the slot or at the 3 position, which is the tight end spot, right? That third guy right next to the line of scrimmage. They would put him there. And what they were trying to do in terms of Baltimore matching up with it, they would put Cal Hamilton on him. Cal was doing good, but at the same time, this is a receiver. This is an NFL caliber guy, and he was having success. I feel like we can do similar things with George Pickens, and we already have been starting to flirt with that. The game-winning touchdown pass that we had, George Pickens wasn't lined up outside. He was lined up inside. And that's the thing that we're starting to do a little bit more with Pickens. We would do it a lot more when we had Claypool here. We would line him up in that slot because it's a natural mismatch. So to me, I think that that's the first area that we will be able to have success and take advantage of that Ravens defense.
Pickens did talk about whenever he was in Georgia, he would do some of the slot stuff too. Like if you look at some of his games.
Yep.
So it's something that's not foreign to him. I don't want to start getting him in there like exclusively, but just a little bit. But this wouldn't hurt. Like, and that's maybe why we might need to draft the Jordan Addison.
Think of it like
Addison
this, man.
On the outside.
No, think of it like this. You want to see AB line up in the slot?
I'm just saying.
Think about it. How many times you see AB line up in that slot? You see everybody lines him in there. It's all about just not being predictable, and it's also about helping your quarterback out as well. It's a lot easier for him hitting this dude in that slot, seeing that in that slot, to win in that slot, versus you being outside, backside with double coverage and all that other stuff. So it's not necessarily a knock that you're putting him in there. It's almost like you're trying to help him and this quarterback out, because it's just a lot easier of a throw when you're talking to that slot area versus can you just keep throwing it up deep 30 yards downfield and hope for the best every time? So that's like the thought process.
Trust me, I agree. Yeah. It's the only receiver I typically throw to in Madden is the guy in the slot. It's
but that's the thought process with it. And that's the part where, that's why I also, when I talk Canada and why you'll hear me speak on him in a different light, is because I understand that part right there of you don't have to just leave him out there because he's your best receiver or your number one. You put him in the slot. It's not just easier for him, but it's easier on his quarterbacks. When we talk about targets, and what do we say? Why does Deontay get more targets? Because he's open right here, right? 5, 7, 10. It's easy to see. It's easy to read. Pickens, why doesn't he get as many targets? He's 30 yards downfield with a defender in his back hip, and we talking about just throw it up. Now, we know he's capable of doing that, but as a quarterback, that's a lot more of a challenging throw. It's a lot more that could go wrong with that than this right here. So Canada, hey, man, why don't we get more targets? Start putting them in there, man. And that's what we did start to see last game. And I do think we will see more of that coming forward. And that's the part for where I'm like, no, that makes perfect sense, man. I love that. And hey, if Baltimore decides to travel with them and stuff like that, well, now it's even better because now you're making them have to over communicate, because we've talked about just how challenging it is when you start moving pieces around and you're trying to match this DB here. What does that coverage do now? Or you're guaranteed that they're in man. So even better. So either way, like I said, I definitely feel like that's going to be an advantage for us. The second thing is this, man. Now, granted, they still don't do a ton of it, but I'm going to keep saying it as long as he is at quarterback, man. I feel like, bro, we going to get us a turnover, man. With Huntley at quarterback, whether he's throwing it or even when he runs the ball, he's just loose with it, man. The reads when he's throwing it, I'm like, bro, it's going to happen. We saw him put the ball on the ground last week. Obviously, he was able to get it back. But to me, it's just, he's one of those guys that I do not feel values that rock the way that he needs to value it. And part of that could be because he watched Lamar, how Lamar plays. But Lamar is different. Lamar, you can get away with some of that stuff. Huntley, not so much, man. But he's one of those guys that I feel like we have to force him into a turnover. And I think that we will be able to force him into a turnover. Very similar to what I said last week. The biggest difference was what? We couldn't stop the run. So they stopped having to put that ball in the air. But to me, man, we stopped this run that we were supposed to. He targets Mark Andrews. He's not reading the field. He looks there, and if that's not there, then he's going to try to scramble around and do whatever. We're going to be able to take one of them things when he's putting up to the Mark Andrews, and that's where I feel like we got to make that happen.
Reminds me of Tua a little bit, just throwing up some floaters.
Yep.
Now, I will say this, Tua might even have worse floaters than Tyler Huntley at this point.
Which is kind of crazy, but very true.
I'm not even messing with you there, but it does. It's just like, how is this ball not picked, man? This is up in the air for a little bit.
Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't. I'm with you, though, man.
Hopefully we go in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the final area that I think we'll have an advantage in is our pass defense. I forgot who brought it up yesterday when we were talking about just likes and dislikes. We was kind of like, yo, their receivers aren't really like that. And one of y'all in the chat was kind of like, man, I think our DBs are going to feast on them dudes. I agree. we talked about their 3 receivers, man. Demarcus Robinson, Sammy Watkins, and Deshaun Jackson. None of that is scary for the guys that we have, or the guys that we have, in terms of Cam Sutton, in terms of Levi Wallace and company. I think that they're too fundamentally sound. I think that they're too athletic as well. So it's not a scenario where we've come into some of these games and it's like, yo, they got an elite guy over there. We got to count 2. I don't think that's a scenario. I think we can sit and do what we need to do coverage-wise, but we really have to just gear up to stop this run. And that was part of the reason why last time we played them, we did a lot of 3 safety stuff. We only had Cam Sutton being the only corner out there because we knew that they couldn't throw the ball like that. And I think that we'll take a similar approach. The big thing is we got to match that physicality. We got to stop that run. But I do feel like if it becomes where we can make them have to put that ball in the air, our DBs will definitely have a successful day versus this offense. Now, the way that they can generate success, though, is off a play action pass. And that is also why it is critical we stop the run. Because you think about when Anthony Brown came in for them and hit that pass on the sideline, what was it? It wasn't a drop back. It was play action pass. And why did it work? Because they were rushed for over 200 yards, so everybody in the stadium reacted to it. We have to stop that run so that way we don't overreact to these play action passes and actually can take advantage of these just non-elite talented quarterbacks that they are going to be putting out there, man, in terms of Tyler Huntley. But if we don't stop the run, that play action pass is going to kill us because you overreact to it, and their receivers are good enough to just run an over route. They are good enough to run a deep stop. They are good enough to run a deep out. They can do that type of stuff. But it's based off of play action pass. If it's not play action pass and nobody's getting fooled, nah, they ain't not like that over there, man. So, like I said, those are the areas that I think we will have a really good advantage in. Some of the areas that I don't want to say are disadvantages, but I'll just say areas of concern. Number 1 is the physicality. Because of what we saw 2 weeks ago versus this exact same team, I can't just hang my hat and say, oh, yeah, we definitely going to be the more physical team because we already did. Can't say it because we did not, but I'm hoping for us that we remember what happened 2 weeks ago and we come back and match that from the beginning of this thing and not warm up to it. A lot of those dudes were young. It was their first time in that matchup. They didn't know what it felt like. It's a certain level of intensity. And even with that, we still have some positive stuff going on, but we have to match their physicality. That was the first thing. Second thing, Mark Andrews. Coach Simon talked about him before. I don't even know if he talked about him yesterday. He probably did, though. But Mark is one of them dudes. Like I said, man, when they want to throw the ball, especially when it's Tyler Huntley at quarterback, they are looking to Mark Andrews first and foremost. That's reflected in the targets. Mark had 5 to 7 targets a game. Everybody else, 1 to 2 targets. That's just how it goes. Only throwing it 17 times now, so it ain't a ton of throwing. They want to run that rock. But Mark is definitely one of those guys that is an elite tight end. He can do everything that you need as a tight end. But final thing that I have in terms of just, like I said, concerns or people to not be weary of, but pay attention to. I think you said them earlier, them 2 inside linebackers, baby.
Yeah.
We saw what Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith did last time, man. They accounted for a ton of productivity, double-digit tackles, both had interceptions, sack, and one dude put our quarterback out. If we're being real about it, man. So, yeah, we definitely got to watch those 2 guys, man, because they are all world. They can play sideline to sideline. They can be physical. They can cover zone, man. And we know that they are big playmakers. So, like I said, you ain't got to fear them, but just make sure we know where they at and don't allow them to have impact in the red zone because that's ultimately where they killed us last time. Yeah, I mean, both of them dudes literally in the red zone. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, though, man.
I feel the same way I did heading into our game against the Ravens a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I would like to establish a run. I don't know how much we're going to get from that just because of how good Ravens' run defense is. So Pickett's going to have to step up. The quarterback's going to have to step up. So, like, Mitch did until he threw the picks. Like, Mitch was making some nice throws down the field. So we're just going to need that from Pickett. Some timely third down conversions, some passes down the field whenever we're not able to run the ball and the Ravens are stuffing us a little bit. So, like, outside of that on offense, I don't really know what else there really is to it because Ravens secondary, you can have your way with them. It's just going to be tough against their run defense. But I want to stay committed to it. I want to stay balanced. And then defense, I mean, we should be fine. There should really be no issues on defense on paper. But if it comes back to the Ravens are just moving us at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That front seven is not. Someone mentioned in the chat holding the gap integrity,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be a lot of what we saw a couple weeks ago. And J.K. Dobbins running down the field. We just can't have that though. We should have a different type of mentality, and maybe not a different type of mentality. It's just we should know what to expect and come in and execute. Like no excuses this time.
Because in terms of the game plan or the ask, is very simple this week in reality.
It is.
But in terms of the execution, that's where it becomes challenging. Can we go out there and just simply stop this run?
Like you said, they have no receivers. They're having Tyler Huntley throw the ball.
Seriously, yeah.
But they got some decent run. I don't know if Dobbins is going to play. Wasn't he hurt last week?
Yeah, he was hurt. But Gus, because Dobbins played last week, but he wasn't all the way healthy, I thought.
Okay.
Gus just went off, though. That was the thing. They couldn't stop Gus. Mm-hmm.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
Stop the run on defense.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
And then
be
don't
fine.
turn the ball over on offense.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we've been able to move the ball.
Think about it. We moved
that's
the
a
ball
given at this
up and
point.
down the field against
It
this
should be a
Ravens
given.
defense.
It should be a given at this point. We've been able to move the ball up and down the field.
Yep.
We can get it in the red zone area. We can get it to where we're kicking field goals.
That's even. Think about even when we was playing the Eagles, we still can move
We
the ball.
were. We were.
Think about it.
We saw the
can
signs early in the
move
season.
the
We've just
ball.
been starting to get better
It's
with
red
the
zone.
point stuff
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
second half.
Absolutely. But this is the one where we got to make sure that when we get to that red zone that we're not turning our ball over, man, because that's how they've been staying in these games as well without Lamar. They don't turn it over. They generate turnovers, and they going to run that ball. So,
Score prediction.
absolutely. So, hey, man, drop it in the chat, man. Y'all know what time it is. It's score prediction time. So, let us know who gets it done. Let's hear it.
You going first?
No, man. I put my poll in first, man, so I'm going to be a gentleman now. Floor is yours. Don't be weird, bro. We're just having a conversation, man.
It's getting too sus.
What are you talking about, man? It's
getting
only
too,
weird
it's
if you.
getting too questionable.
It's only weird if you don't like it. You smiling, so you like it.
Just too weird.
It's not weird, man. It's not weird. Yeah, we are one.
No, dude. Come on. Come on, dude.
Like a team. One band, one sound, man.
No, dude.
One band, one sound. Come on, bro.
This just ain't right.
It's one band, one sound. All right? So we are here. We are joined together now. We are one. I feel closer to you anyways, man.
This is getting weird.
What?
This is too sus.
Bro, we've been doing this for a while now. Think about how long we've been doing it. Okay? When you do it as long as we've been doing it, man, yeah, we get close, bro. So we close, man. It's all good, bro. Ain't that weird? Yeah.
So my score predictions.
Let's get it. Come on.
Yeah, we're riding off a high from last week.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny,
What's up?
dude, I don't really think I gotta get into this too much right here. I mean, Kenny plays good. He has been playing good. So why is he not gonna play good against the Ravens?
Exactly.
Pickens, he was making some nice catches over Marlon Humphrey
Mm-hmm.
in our first matchup. So was Deontay Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any problems with us being able to pass the ball against the Ravens secondary.
Yeah.
So I expect either Deontay or Pickens to have a decent game. Running, Najee, he's been gaining some tough yards, just like what he did in the Raiders game. So I think that holds up. I don't know if we're able to like really break one or two though. Stay with it. And we just need to have Pickett make some clutch throws. I mean, it's nothing crazy. I already explained all this. So I think we get on the road, Sunday Night Football. It's prime time. I think, you know what, man? Conditions are going to be easier this week.
I was about to say, we should actually have good weather now,
Conditions are going to be easier this week compared to last week. Now, granted, we're away. But, man, isn't it going to be like in the 50s or something?
Yeah, so it's be nicer. Yeah. Way nicer than what we just played in. Yeah.
I think we get over 20. I think, damn it, I'm just going to say TG's prediction. Huh? I was about to
What did
say.
he do? He's at what, 20? He's at 20 to 17?
I'm going to say 24. He said 23.
23-17.
I think he said 23-20.
Was it? Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I'm going to say, yeah, our defense is fine. Our defense is fine in this game. I expect a way different performance than what we did a couple weeks ago. We're going to be able to stop the run. To what degree? I'm saying Ravens get less. They get less than 100 on the ground.
Ooh, okay.
I think they get less than 100. I think,
like it.
they look like you know how Steve Smith said Saturday-ish offense
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
And
This is very Saturday-ish. 100%
yeah,
Saturday-ish.
I
This is
think
like
we make
Academy-ish, like Academy Saturday. Like that's a different type of Saturday.
yeah, I think Steve Smith was trying to make it seem like make it a diss to us.
Exactly. I'm like, you hating, bro. Like you're not hating, but it came off as like a little hating
No,
comment,
it definitely
bro.
was.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
So I disagree with
Mhm.
Steve Smith's premise on that. I actually feel like we've been looking like an NFL offense for the most part. I mean, there's some little wrinkles that
No,
Canada's
it absolutely
thrown in,
yeah.
but man, I think we've been
Yeah.
fine on the offensive end. But for the Ravens, our defense is going to make them look actually like a Saturday-ish offense this week. I mean, they kind of have, just in and of their own right, because of them not having Lamar.
It's the Naval Academy. It's the Air Force Academy. It's the Army Academy. That's what they look like. They. Yeah.
Steelers 24, Ravens. They shouldn't get more than 17. I might just give them 17 because it's a Steelers-Ravens game and somehow it's going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I feel like our defense should hold them to less than that. But, you know, it's in Baltimore. Something fluky could happen. It's the Steelers-Ravens game.
Always.
Sunday Night Football. So, I'm going 24-17 Steelers.
Okay. I like it. Should we see what the people are saying in the chat? Or you want me to go mine first? It's your call. You want to hear from me or from the people? Who you want to hear from?
You go first.
All right. I'll go first then. It's got to have it. Just no other thing about it, no other way to talk about it, man. We got to win. And we know we got to match their energy. Like I said, the physicality is going to be there. Them flexing the game in the prime time for a fact. It's going to have some type of theatrical introduction. We talked about it yesterday, man. They're going to have all the bells and whistles rolled out, man. One of the legendary dudes coming out to get them all fired up and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to the football part, we already know what we're capable of doing to them because we've already done it. And we also know, watching that exact same tape, the biggest reason they got out of that stadium was because of us. 3 turnovers, hopping in and out of our gaps on defense. I do not anticipate us doing either of those two this go around. Why is that? Number one, I do question what type of success we'll be able to have running the ball on them, but I do feel like we'll be able to run enough just to keep it honest. But this is going to really be one of those games for Kenny where he just has to win with his arm and don't turn that ball over. I think he's capable of doing that. And we're not talking anything crazy, 300 plus. Nah. Saw what it was last week. I think that exact type of 2-something, but keeping it clean, no turnovers. That's the big part. You can't have the turnovers this week, man. But I think they operate like that and they're fine. Defensively, the physicality still makes me a little bit nervous in terms of if they really just try to run it. If they do that, I do have my concerns. But at the same time, I feel like this is a team that they're going to make some questionable decisions. And ultimately, that's going to help us out in terms of being able to force one of these turnovers or force one of these things to get us off of the field. I have it as a lower scoring game than y'all, though. I have it 18-13 Steelers because, man, I'm trying to think. I played Baltimore twice a year for 4 years. I think it was only 2 where either team really put up like crazy points like that. The rest of them were a lot of 1 score, low score, just back and forth to the last little bit. And I don't see, why this is going to be different. I wish it would be different, but based on how they play the game, they cut down on your possessions. Them running the ball like that is going to make you have to operate and execute to perfection. And when you don't, that's ultimately how they keep you low scoring. I think we'll be able to do similar things to them, but that's ultimately why I don't think it's going to be this crazy outburst in terms of points scored. But I do feel like we get done, man, and we get out of there with that W 18-13 and all them other things that we need to happen take place this week too, in terms of them teams losing and those teams winning. I feel like all that happens as well. So yeah, like I said, I like it for us, man.
I might need to do a parlay.
Oh, you going?
How many teams would that be?
It's what,
It'd be
4?
3 games. 3 games this week.
So hold on, which ones you? So you're going
Steelers. It would be the Dolphins Patriots game, and also the Jets Seahawks.
Gotcha.
3 games.
I was thinking that Bills one. I'm like, you ain't gonna tap in that Bills one, but then I was like, oh yeah, we ain't got no Bills action right now.
Well, I guess you could just put them all together. I think the lines are up for Week 18. I think they have them up this early. I could be wrong though, because that would be 6 games then. Yeah. We would have our Steelers game for next week, and plus also the last 2 for Week 18.
All right.
Put $10 on or something. Get I don't know. Maybe even get up to the 100 range. 3-game parlay like that.
Never know. All right. Let's see what the chat says though, man. How they got us getting it in, man? They got us good guys dubbing it out, or the bad guys messing up our new year. We can't start the new year with a loss, bro. Can't start the new year with a loss. Just remember that.
True.
You can't do that.
Change the channel. Says 24-19 Steelers.
Let's go.
Sicko not 17-10. It doesn't have a team winning though. Just the score. Michael Marar. Steelers 23-13. We'll score on every single drive. I hope we put up more than 23 if we're scoring every drive.
Yeah, but I say, just kicking a lot of field goals, man.
24-10 Steelers is from John Easton. 1 Dups. 27-7 Steelers.
Let's go.
NSNC 99. He says 17-14 Ravens. I'm just not believing in this team. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It must be a Mitch guy.
Okay.
Kurt Von A. 19-17 Steel guys.
Let's go.
Donald Copeland. 22-17 Steel City.
I like it.
We got Erie Mind Mob. Steelers 17, Ravens 13. Gavin Schneider 17-14 Steelers. A lot of these just, kind of like one-score games. Nothing in the 30s.
Now, Nick Abbott, he has a 21-17 Steelers win. Boz misses a field goal, though? Why Boz got to miss a field goal, man? We not believing in Boz today?
Intimidated by Tucker.
He
folded.
That did happen
last
year.
Yeah, he folded.
And y'all know that's the one that I swear by.
I was the one saying Boz deserves Pro Bowl over Tucker that season, too.
We was low-key having our disagreement behind them two dudes, man. Yeah.
I felt like Ball's season up to that point was better than Tucker's. Outside of Tucker's, it was like he made that crazy one against the Lions. It hit the post.
No.
But everything else
69
was in Ball's
yards.
favor.
It was 60. It's like, bro, you do
Ball's
make 60.
More 50s.
My man made from 69,
percentage.
bro. When you hear Deke, of all people,
then Ball's folded against the Ravens.
And
last
Deke,
year.
of all people should know the significance when you hit that 69, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's like.
Is that how far it actually was?
Yes, it was 69, bro. Yeah.
And
it hit the crossbar.
60s. I mean,
yeah 69 off the doink, right? So I'm sitting here like, bro, we can't. Come on, man, we can't.
It was
knock
nice.
That was
a good
filthy.
moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
had
at it again.
A ton of other good stuff. That like he had more 50s. I think he had the better kicking percentage. But yeah, Tucker had that moment. But then
66. My bad, 66.
But then, yeah, Boz just didn't show up in that game, and then Tucker became the better kicker, the more deserving kicker for the Pro Bowl that season. In my opinion, that was the make or break type of game. I could dig it, man. I could dig it. So that's why they not believing in Boz. That's why y'all saying Boz gonna miss. Come on, man. Boz ain't gonna do that 2 times, man. Boz like that, bro. I believe my dog anyways. You already know what it is, man. Yeah, the reason I think Boz will be fine is because he missed a couple last week.
Bro,
he usually has a bounce back game after
that. Why are y'all
that.
keeping track of my dog's misses like that? First off, man, I don't like this energy today, all right?
I just don't know if Matty Ice misses that.
Nah, man. What? Son, you gotta chill. Y'all stop playing with my dog like that, man.
Matty Ice?
Hey, listen.
The Ice? I don't
y'all
know
better stop playing with my dog.
Us.
Y'all better stop playing with my dog like that, all right? Boz gonna be money this week. You'll see. He ain't gonna have to show that he can hit from 60. Well, Boz get from 60 if he needed to hit from 60, all right?
No,
I can put some respect on Boz, man. Boz going 100 for 100. Extra points and field goals this week. Stamp it.
I've been pretty decent with my kicker calls this season, so I don't think Boz misses one.
I'm biased. Boz my dog. Boz gonna hit all of them. Straight like that. And Boz we trust.
You got any more you want to read off? Fisher Momentum's in the house. He says 24-16.
Let's go.
All right, we got a 30 score up in here. Samuel Davis is saying 30-17. No teams, though, again. We don't know who's winning. Eric Winslow says, I bet it's 9-6. Now, I would say that if it was the same conditions as last week. If it was like freezing, it was snow, something like that. But I feel like it's gonna be really warm for this New Year's weekend.
Nah, bro.
All the
Think
weather
about-
I'm checking, and Baltimore's more south.
But just think about how hot it feels to us when it was 20 after being in 6 and 5 degrees with wind chill. Bro, that's going to feel like a heat wave, man. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it for our score predictions, I guess.
All right. I like it, man. I like it. So, yes, in Boz, we all trust. All righty.
NSMC 99 is bringing up Boz missed those field goals against the Bills, too.
That's acceptable. Yeah, that's completely fine. That's in fact, maybe he was encouraged to do something like that. Maybe that was a good idea. Maybe he knew the connections and the pathways of how everybody needs to be connected. And he's just like, you know what? I don't even want to come between you like that, man. So I'm gonna make I miss just for you. Maybe that's what happened. You ever thought about that, man?
Nah, always a bad idea to miss field goals, particularly against the Bills.
What would chill? Why is it gotta be against the Bills always, man? We're all like one big family, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he miss any others this year? Why are we doing this? You're
that's
right.
what I'm
We
saying.
don't
Like,
gotta
why
do
we
this. We don't
doing
gotta
this,
nitpick
man?
Boz's misses.
This is Boz.
This has been a down year for him. I will say that. though.
Boz, bro. Like, come on, man.
This is probably his second
I
to
do
worst
not
season.
want to go down the list of how many did Boz miss this. Did Boz? It's like, no, man. Boz is Boz.
Oh, you know what? Let's end on a positive note with Boz.
Give me
He
some
did
good.
hit the record field goal at
Yes.
Ackershore /
Thank
Tynes
you.
against the Jets. Wasn't it 59 yards?
Yes.
I think it was like 58 or 59.
I'm with you. Thank
That
you.
was a good kick.
That's something we can win with right there. All right, shout out to Boz. Like I said, in Boz we trust, man. All righty.
Oh, you know what? Official momentum.
Oh, what you
I
got for
did
us, man?
listen to
Oh, you
Ambition
did.
yesterday.
Facts, he did. He definitely did. I can confirm. Official momentum. He did listen. You listened to one whole song too,
I
man.
think it was Salute.
Yeah, you listen. You definitely
It
listened to
was
one here.
featuring someone too. If it wasn't featuring someone, let me know because maybe I picked
Yeah.
the wrong song. But it had a I say to you? It had a swag surfing type of vibe to it. A little Roscoe Dash.
Yeah. Yep.
It was good.
This is very accurate. As soon as we got off camera, he pulled it up and we was like, oh, okay, there it is. All right, yeah. So, yep. Boom. Man of the people. See, Deke's an honest man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out. All right. So let's tap into a little around the league, and then after that, we'll go ahead and stack some papers. Sound good?
Do we need to talk about that Wilson question still, or did we?
Question. Oh, which was the Wilson question? Oh,
What quarterback do you want next year
Yeah.
if you had to pick a starter?
I'm
Wilson
definitely
or
going
Russell
Zach Wilson because of the contract element. I can get out of it in 2 years and I'll be good. Or if I wanted to go ahead and get rid of him now, it doesn't kill me.
You could just bench him.
Yeah,
I
it
guess,
doesn't
too.
kill me. And he's still young, so I
No. I'm sorry, you can't bench him. The
Yeah.
question is, he has to be your starter the whole season.
Yeah. I'm going with Zach Wilson because I can move on quicker, man. Yep. With Russ,
I go back and forth with this.
Russ is very talented, man. Russ is. I just don't know if Russ can do it as a standalone. I don't. The Seattle situation, I loved it for him, man. It looked great for him at times, and that was why he had the success that he had at times. I just don't know if that's. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not a Russ guy. That could definitely be it too. Maybe I'm just not a Russ guy.
I go back and forth with this because
You're
we would
a
all
Russ guy,
say
though. You're a
we would
Russ
all
guy.
say
Yeah.
this season for Russ is the outlier throughout his career.
Yes.
So if you're gonna pick Russ,
Mm-hmm.
you're just banking on a bounce back. That this season was it's just a really bad year. I know the contract's bad, but I don't know if there's any hope for Zach Wilson. That's my thing. The hope is based off potential, whereas at least Russ, you could look and say, he did this in the past.
In the past.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not washed in terms of age for a quarterback. Now, maybe it's different if he's 40, but
And how long has Zach been in the NFL?
2 seasons.
So are you just moving on that quick from 2? That's my thing. I'm like, if I'm gonna have the cheaper,
this is the
younger,
dilemma.
like,
This is the dilemma.
nah.
The dilemma is with Zach Wilson, you're just hoping for something we just have not seen before out of him.
But
Whereas Russell
no,
Wilson
you saw
is a
some
Hall of
stuff at the
Fame
beginning of the
quarterback.
season, though. You saw stuff at the beginning of the season.
You did.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah.
I guess that's the next question then.
Mhm.
Did the Jets sabotage Zach Wilson?
No, I just think that, and this is something that obviously a lot of the national people have talked about, but they were just saying how in the sense that they just think that he develops or the team developed faster than what they thought it was going to be. In terms of they brought up like the whole Daniel Jones situation and how he has had time, right, for that team to get better with him. Whereas with the Jets, Sauce Gardner came in there, locked up on defense. Saleh come in there, and it's like, okay, man, they actually playing. They compete, and they doing all this stuff. And for Zach, he plays quarterback. We talk about Josh Allen. It took him 3. And we were already about to say no after 2.
There were signs for Allen, at least.
It was signs for Zach. He got talent, too. The only difference is, in Buffalo, the pressure wasn't on him because they weren't winning like that at that time. They were still trying to figure it out. New York, it's like, yo, they was winning. At one point in time, it was like, yo, they about to win the division? Remember, that was a conversation. But then it became, man, Zach keep tricking it off. He keep messing it up. I don't know, man.
If I could just get a decent team around Russ. Because the Broncos, I think
the Broncos were a decent team going into the season. What are we saying?
Yeah.
So get a decent team around him. He has a decent team around him.
I think if I had to bet, I'd go Russ, and I'd say just get me a different coach. Like if that's the scenario, we could have that Broncos style of team around Russ. Give me a different coach. I'd roll with that as opposed to betting on Zach Wilson, a little more unknown. At least just being competitive. I don't know if either team's necessarily in Super Bowl contention, but just to try to
this is why
make the playoffs.
I feel like we're always going to have difference of opinions on Russ because I still feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you look at his success and say that he won that because of who he is. I look at it and I say beast mode, defense, Legion of Boom is what created him. And I think that's what we always differ. So, like, when we think of Russ, I think you think of him.
It was a huge help, especially at the younger portion.
I feel like you
career.
think of Russ like Brady, Brady, Rodgers, Ben, and stuff like that.
I'd say he's a little bit of a tier below. He's up there, though.
I feel like he's below them. Yeah, I feel like he's below them. Because I look at that and I'm like, man, you had the perfect scenario to literally help you and grow with this. And since they have left, when they chose you over them, you have not come close to that again.
He's been close.
Define close.
They've made the playoffs every year.
No. Close in terms of back-to-back Super Bowl appearances or winning one and then going back to another one. Has he been close to that since they broke it up?
Yeah, but
they have not.
You could go through any quarterback then.
Ben's been back. Ben went to the AFC Championship game multiple times.
But Russ,
went to a Super Bowl multiple times. Brady
on,
went there multiple times, right?
They've gone on runs.
We've seen Rodgers even go a couple times, right, into the NFC Championship. Now he ain't winning, but he's even had more consistent.
I don't have it on the top of my head, but I
That's
wish
like
I
my
knew.
whole dilemma
I
with
wish
it.
I knew if Russ made the NFC Championship over the last 5 or 6 years.
I don't know. I think he's done division rounds, but I don't know if he's ever been back to the NFC. Yeah. But that's my whole issue with him. I'm like, I think that he's a dope quarterback, but I don't view him as those type of guys. And I think that you view him like flirting with those guys, and I don't. I don't think he's flirting. I think that it's a difference.
In his tenure in Seattle, he's not even close to that right now. Yeah. His tenure in Seattle, I mean, like I said, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
No, I agree, but like I said, I just look at it a little differently, man.
But even with those defenses leaving, or just defensive players leaving and some of that talent leaving, he's still putting up numbers. Like in my opinion, he was the equalizer that kept Seattle relevant for those runs and winning divisions and getting in the playoffs.
All right. That's like I said. I'm
that defense started going down the tubes.
I'm with you. And when that went down the tubes and he put the numbers, he was throwing the Lockett, and then they brought in Deke and all that. Once again, where has it went?
Again, that's with any quarterback though. You need a team. You need a defense.
I agree, but at the same time, when I bring up the other elite guys, and I can tell you where I've seen them go, even where they had less than, I don't always feel like that with Russ. But that's why I said maybe I'm just not a Russ guy. It could just be me. But that's just how I feel when I look at him. I'm like, bro, you're not like the dudes that you try to act like you're like. Those dudes have earned that. They've done that without the full-on care package that you had early on. I don't know. Like I said, it could just be me, though. Yeah.
You don't think he did anything after the
I didn't
care
say
package?
that. No. He did. But what has it been in terms of the extent? No different. We talk about big winning, right? That's one of your phrases, big winning. What is big winning?
He's
like making
a
run.
Yeah, he's
making a run, right?
As I said, you need a team though, because going back to like even Ben or Rodgers, like they've had really good performances and carried teams, but Sometimes when the
carried 'em, though. They
defense
still were carrying them though. We've seen Ben carry teams.
when the defense
further.
slips, that's just not on
Yeah.
the quarterback. Like the one example, the one game I
Well, we
think
know
of
the
is that
Rodgers-
Cowboys game.
Oh, you
Like,
think that one? I was going to say the Rodgers
fake,
one. Yeah,
the fake spike by Ben, and like we get up with
Yeah.
like a minute left,
I'm with you.
and
Yeah.
then Zeke Elliott just runs
I'm
it down our
with you.
throats.
I'm with
End
you.
of the game.
Yeah, and that's a regular season game, right? But even with that, did we still not make a run that year, the following year? Because you're talking 15, 16, 17. We went AFC Championship game. We had a 2 seed, and then obviously went divisional, and yeah, because we had 2 division. Yeah. First time we lost in the wild card. Second time we lost on the road division round because we won the wild card versus Cincy. Lost to the whole fake Peyton Manning slide. Third year AFC Championship game. Fourth year you had the 2 seed. You lost to Jacksonville. So it's like you're still seeing multiple runs. You're still seeing at least 2 years where you won a playoff game, and the next year you won multiple playoff games, also AFC Championship game. When have I seen that from Russ? I don't know. Maybe, like I said, it could really just be
Dude,
me.
I think I'm pretty
It could just
sure
be me,
he's like
man.
made the playoffs almost every year.
I'm
he's
not
been
talking
in
about
Seattle.
I'm saying, did he have a run?
They've
We're
won
not-
games, yeah.
Okay.
They've won
It could
games.
be me, man. Like I said, it's just me.
I don't feel like looking up his
I don't either,
year
bro.
in and year out. I just
Yeah.
know they've gone to the play. I think pretty much every year he's been
Yeah.
there.
I'm not,
And trust me,
We
you're
sit
not
here
getting
making
a
a run,
debate out
though.
of me
Yeah,
between him and Ben, because Ben's always been
I'm
ahead of
with you.
him and Roger, Ben,
Absolutely.
Rogers,
Yes.
Brady, all those dudes. I've always
Yes.
held above Russ.
I just think that people view Russ in that class, and I don't personally, man. I think that
He was close. He was very close.
He was close, but I don't think he was there. Oh, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. Because I'll
Let's
be
hear it.
like, bro, I'll be here like, man, I like Russ over Eli, I like Russ over Matty Ice. But like,
Huh? I take Eli over Russ.
that's like where I'm stuck at. But I don't want it to be
That's
as like,
tough, though.
I don't want it to
mean,
come as disrespectful.
Russ is so much more consistent than
That's
Eli.
what I'm saying. But Eli, big game, he got 2 crazy runs. But it's like, I think
Yeah.
Russ is more consistent. It kind of reminds me of the Spillane and Devin Bush conversation when I'm talking about both of them dudes a little bit.
Yeah, that's close.
That's what it feels
I think
like.
that's a close argument. Whereas I have Ben over both of them. It's not even a question.
Exactly. But how many times have we heard people talk about Eli as if he's up there with Ben? I don't agree with that at all. And that's
He's a
how
Hall of Famer, though, in my book.
I know.
Russ is a Hall of Famer.
But what do we say? Are all Hall of Famers equal? I don't think that. I think it's certain tiers to that thing as well. But man, when I think of Russ, I don't know, man. I just
That's still damn good, though.
no. It
You
is.
know what I mean? He's a Hall of Famer.
He is. He is. 100% he is. But when we're talking about debates like this, that sound good. But we debating against another Hall of Famer. Yeah,
So you're going Zach Wilson?
I would. Yes, because I'm going to get out of that deal. And if he lights it up, great, because he's young. I feel at least a little bit more hope in a younger guy than a guy that is already where he's at in his career and the money that's going to come with that as well. You can always bring in another piece, man. I could bring in more pieces to help Zach with that contract if I had to stay with him for the next 3 years. What am I bringing into to Denver with Russ's contract
It's
as
already
it
a
currently
decent team. That's my point. Is like
True.
if you can construct the team that way and still have Russ on that contract, then fine.
So decent team
You might
in
not be
Denver.
able to because the
what's
contract's
the-
going to start
So with Denver
going in
then,
years now.
So was Denver a Hackett thing or was it a Russ thing?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. What you think though?
Hackett's gone. Got to say Hackett.
Fair enough.
Like maybe too,
see
and
what I'm
maybe
saying? Like,
this helps me with my Russ case a little bit. Maybe he was too full of himself over these last like 5 years. The let Russ cook thing,
Mm-hmm.
gets out of Seattle, goes down. Like this has been a massive failure. This is like rock bottom.
Yeah,
So this is where you check yourself.
I would agree.
Should be able to only go up from here.
I
Go
would
back
agree.
to what was happening in Seattle and be like, you know what? I was doing good things.
But that's not easy to do, man.
It should be able to only go up from here with him. Like
I'm with you.
unless you just think he's washed now at this point, and like
And see, that's the
there's no
thing.
going
I
back.
don't agree with that narrative either. But
Like, it's not like he can't throw the ball.
right. And it's like, I'm like, yo,
It's not
Russ
like he
can
can't
still
move.
make reads, he can still move. But does he do some goofy looking stuff out there right now? It's like, yeah, stuff that's like very uncharacteristic for Russ. But I don't know, man. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the dudes that always
Yeah.
took care of the ball at a
Always.
decent rate.
Always. It was always hard to sack. Always had great pocket awareness, stuff like that. You watch him now, I'm like, bro, like that's not the Russ that I seen that we played against. Like that ain't nah. I don't know what that is.
Maybe he needs Matt Canada.
Oh Lord, stop.
Move him around a little bit more.
Stop it.
Okay, you want another topic
Let's
here?
get it. Heck yeah, man. Oh, now Jacob Malicio is coming at your Russ Hall of Fame take. He says in all caps, Russ is not a Hall of Famer. He will not make it into the Hall. I would really like to know
He's a Hall of Famer.
why, though.
If
Yeah.
Dan Fouts is in the Hall of Fame, Russell
Like,
Wilson is in the Hall
seriously,
of Fame.
yeah. I'm like, yo, Russ, I think Russ is, I don't,
Super Bowl champion. I think he's got like
Yeah.
9 Pro Bowls.
absolutely. I don't know if
The
he has
stats are
any all
really good.
pros, but yeah, he was part of a movement out there in Seattle as well. And then he's a great dude off the field as well, man, in terms of what he does impact wise. So yeah, I think that he is. I don't know if he's first ballot. I don't think he's first ballot, but I think he gets in though.
I think he definitely gets in. How about this one? Is Matt Stafford a Hall of Famer?
Whoa.
Remember we locked it
Time
in
out,
after
time
the
out, time
Super
out.
Bowl. But
Time out.
now,
Time out. Wait a minute.
being a little bit more removed.
Who do you feel like has a better chance, Stafford or Russ?
Russ is a lock for me. It's not
You said
even a
Russ is a
question.
lock?
I think Stafford's still teetering. Maybe we went off the Super Bowl high last year.
We
whenever
always
said,
do. That's what you're supposed
all
to
right,
do.
Stafford's in. But we expected, at least I expected, him to continue that production for like the next 2 or 3 years.
He
Now
got
that's not a
hurt.
given
The
with
team
these
is
injuries.
crazy. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
But if you're letting in dudes like Terrell Davis, although I don't think Stafford's run was necessarily iconic as
Right. Y'all
some of
talk
Terrell
like
Davis's stuff.
TD had he was short, but he had a movement, man. Yeah.
I think Stafford's on the borderline. It all depends on if he can finish out his career healthy and put
Yeah.
up some stats.
Because
He needs more stats.
I don't know. I lean. Oh, what is Stafford's all time though? I don't know, like Stafford all time versus Russ in terms of like Pro Bowls, All Pros.
Stafford
stuff like
only
that.
has 1. Now he got robbed from like 2 or 3.
Right.
This was the whole debate about why we thought he should be in after that Super Bowl
Yeah.
win. Say that, man, he was robbed of 2 or 3. Definitely should have been a multi-time Pro Bowler plus the
Yeah.
Super Bowl win. Yeah, get him in. But
Well,
that was also assuming like he's still in his prime too, technically year-wise.
This is the part.
I thought he'd finish up with some better stats this season, but also going forward.
Talk about.
I don't know with these injuries now.
Would make it interesting. I need to see this, man. What happens with Eli and Matty Ice?
Eli's in.
If Eli and Matty Ice are in, I think Russ and Stafford go. If it's
How would you rank them?
sheesh.
I would go Russ.
dang.
Oh, Russ.
You going Russ over Eli?
No. I would say like tie, but no. Me personally, I'd go Eli, Russ,
Okay. This what I need to hear.
Stafford. Stafford.
See, I go Ice. I go Matty Ice. Then I go Stafford. Yeah.
So you agree with the rankings though?
Yeah.
Eli first.
Yeah, Eli's definitely first because he got the name. He has the 2 Super Bowls. He did it against the GOAT. All of the New York, everybody. Come on, man. You know that's like we talked about it when he retired. We said, bro, should he be a Hall of Famer? Probably not. Is he going to be a Hall of Famer? More than likely.
You don't think he should be?
Not all the way.
I think he should be. Like it's just one of those things.
It's because he plays
So
quarterback. I
iconic.
get it. He plays quarterback.
No,
Yeah.
it's just the iconic movements. Coward kept
He
bringing
had
this
2
up.
runs. Yes,
You can't tell the history of the NFL without Eli Manning,
I'm with you.
particularly in the
Those 2
2000s
runs. Yeah,
and the 2010s.
he had the 2 runs. Yeah, absolutely. But what?
It
But my
matters.
question is this though: are those 2 runs enough to offset everything else with them?
He
In
was
terms
still-
of
he
when
was
you
still
when
the
you look at
Giants'
touchdown to interception ratio,
franchise
when you talk about
quarterback.
that type of stuff though, that doesn't look as great for Eli. That's one of the knocks on Eli. Eli will hit you in the face with that ball. Everybody know that.
Still the Giants franchise quarterback. Still made
Yeah.
a few Pro Bowls over his
Yeah.
career. I just think he's in. He's not like
He's
a Nick
gonna
Foles.
get
He's
in.
not
He's
like a
getting
Nick
in.
Foles or
Yeah.
Flacco where those runs
Yeah.
were one off. He was still a
No,
consistent, really
Eli
good
is
quarterback.
Eli's
He was
going
like a
to make
top.
the Hall.
I would say he was a
Yeah.
consistent top 10 quarterback
Yeah.
throughout
I
his
think
career.
the difference is this. I think what I'm saying is, I just don't think he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Does he get in eventually?
No,
Yes.
you're right. I would
don't
agree
think
with
he's a
you on
first
that.
ballot though. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
If you're
with-
gonna say Big
Yeah.
Ben first ballot, no.
Exactly, because that's what I'm trying to. Yeah, let me clarify it. Yeah, Eli's a Hall of Famer, but he's not first ballot Hall of Famer. When I think of like the dudes are above reproach, when we say Rodgers, when we say Brady, when we say Ben, it's no second thought. It's Hall of Famer. That's what I think of like that. When I think of Eli, it's like we debating it, and you might have 10 people over here that swear by him, 10 people over here that's legitimately going to debate it. That's why I'm like, okay, debatable. So what I mean is not that he's not a Hall of Famer, just he's not a first ballot guy. Will he get in over time? Absolutely. And we talked about some of the context as to why he's going to get in. The 2 Super Bowl runs, going against the GOAT, perfect season that you knocked them off. Your name, you're playing in the biggest media market, on top of the fact that you're a good guy as well, because he's also a Walter Payton Man of the Year guy. So it's like you check off all these boxes. Of course he's going to get in, but I don't think he's a first ballot guy. So I'll leave it at that.
And I'm fine with that too.
And that's why I think with Russ and with Matty Ice, I think in Stafford too, I just don't think they're first ballot guys. I think will they get in? Yes, but I don't see it as first ballot. I think Stafford, he probably has the longest wait. If it ended today, I think his wait is like a Hans wait.
Is Matty Ice getting in? Are we sure?
I don't know. I think he has a case though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's definitely a case. There's
gonna be people that
a reasoning
that,
for him, or you could even throw in like a Phillip Rivers.
That's what I'm saying. He's another one. Because when you talk Eli, Phillip, Matty Ice, Ben, they were all a part of that. Like these are the elite guys during this time. Ben or Brady and Manning, that was all doing that movement.
Yeah,
man.
I'd say Rivers was like Eli. He was always a top 10
Yeah.
quarterback. The problem is Eli's got the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Phillip doesn't. Man, I think Russ and Eli are locks to me. I'm questionable on Stafford and Matty Ice. I actually think you're right. I think Matty Ice might have a better case for Stafford if it ended right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would just have Stafford over Matty Ice in my personal rankings, though. It's a good one, though.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Where are we at here? So more topics? I could
Bro,
bring up some more topics.
I don't even know. Do we got supers on? Bro,
That was a good combo.
It was. I don't even know how we got on that combo.
Russ versus Zach Wilson.
That's what it was. The topic that started it out before the show, and now even at the end of the show, still comes back up. Shout out.
So I do have some more little topics here.
All right,
if you
let's
wanna,
tap in. Yeah,
you sure?
Yeah, we got time. We got time.
Or we could do super chats. It don't matter to me. All we got to do is our picks then, right?
Yes.
That's the last thing. This is whatever. It's free topic for. It's on Friday. I was gonna say free topic Friday right now. Okay, Carson Wentz starting again.
Who do they play this week too?
They play. Oh, it's a big game for them. I think it's the Browns.
Yeah,
it's the Browns. Big game for them. Big game for the Packers because the Packers need the Commanders to lose one of these last two.
Mm-hmm. I don't love the decision personally, but I mean, in terms of talent, Wentz is a more talented player. It's just, can he execute it? Does he have protection? I know when he was out there at the beginning of the season, they weren't as healthy in terms of his protection. The team wasn't as good. They weren't playing as consistent, whereas down the stretch, we can see they've been playing a lot more inspired, and some of that was because of Heineke. And that was even why they made the decision in the first place. But this is the dilemma when you make that type of move. How long do you allow it to go if it's not playing as well as it needs to be in terms of Heineke? And now you're in a scenario where you're turning back to the guy that you essentially moved on from and even criticized publicly at one time in terms of Ron Rivera, when he was like, something quarterback. So with it, I don't like it. I'm hoping that Wentz can make the best of it right now. But yeah, I ain't feeling too optimistic about that scenario.
I think the reason they did it, I think Rivera saw in that 49ers game, you're capped with Heineke.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to beat a 49ers team.
Yeah.
Even though Heineke was playing halfway decent throughout, and then he just collapsed. There was a really bad fumble, and then he threw a pick right to the defender.
It's just, you're asking him to be an overachiever. He has to overachieve in those scenarios, whereas a guy like Wentz on paper should be able to do whatever versus whoever is out there.
And that's probably what he was thinking, is like, hey, Wentz, if you could just take care of the ball, maybe we could use some of your upside and catapult this team back to. I remember like the first game or two, like Washington actually looked good. Carson Wentz actually looked good.
And everybody was like, oh, man, they got on something. This is it right here. I even had Jahan Dotson balling on my fantasy team, and then it got crazy. I had to let him go. Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering, if that's what this is about. It's just like, hey, man, I don't know if we got a chance against like the Eagles or 49 or some of the more top NFC teams with a Heineke. We're just going to be capped. Who knows? Maybe we could go on some magical run with Carson Wentz just because of his upside and his talent. Because we know it's there. It's just Wentz just can't screw over himself and the team.
Because, bro, like,
he's been doing that a lot ever since that ACL injury from the Eagles.
I was about to say, whether it was in Indy, like, he do that.
Yeah, and he actually played decent with Indy. Like, if you look at his stats last year, I think he almost had 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks. But there's a reason they got rid of him, because he just collapsed in some of the worst ways possible. They're winning the game, and it's just like, this is the one mistake you can't make, and then he ended up making it.
I would agree.
That's why I eventually kind of got benched with Washington. Heineke took over, gave him the spark. But I guess now the Thanos saying, you couldn't live in your own failure, so you're back to me.
Let's go. Bro, do you think Wentz going to ball out, though? You believe it?
So here's the question.
Do you want to believe it?
Here's the question I ask. If you're the Browns, who would you rather... Or no, not the Browns, because they're already out of it. The Packers. Who would you rather see at quarterback for the Commanders? You need the Commanders to lose against the Browns. I'm a little bit more worried with Wentz now, just because there's an X factor.
If Wentz can tap into the stuff that he's capable of, then yeah, because he does have big game ability in terms of his legs, his arm, and stuff like that. But the consistency has always been the question. Yeah.
I think with Heineke, though, he didn't really lose in that Giants game. There was some fluky stuff that happened in that Giants game. He's just been getting some weird breaks along the way because he wasn't playing bad against the 49ers. Because I actually watched this game. They were getting some weird stops, like on fourth down and stuff in the red. Like, he was moving the ball with Washington, but then it just came down to 49ers started going up a little bit. Then he had to play some hero ball, fumble pick, boom, boom. Like, game's over. So they threw in Wentz, and Wentz actually played kind of decent. It was garbage time.
Yeah.
So Heineke, I guess he kind of got a bad rap, I'm thinking, with his exit here. But I would say he got fortunate with his initial
how it started out, yeah.
Yeah. And he just got on a little bit of run, a little bit of a spark. Because I don't think anyone was actually thinking, oh, Heineke's like this much better than Wentz.
Outside of the
it's just
ODU
that the team
fans,
responded to
I'm
him.
sure the ODU fans, I'm sure the Broberian was swearing by Tyler Heineke over Carson Wentz. All my people's in the 7-5, they be, oh, yeah, that's our guy right there. That's ODU. So maybe that was it.
Maybe Wentz plays like a Trubisky. You really got nothing to lose at this point. You really got nothing to lose. Just go out there and sling it.
I'm not opposed to it, man. I mean, because, where does Wentz go from here, man?
Show him what you used to be able to do. Okay. Topics still? Super chats?
Actually, I did have a topic as well, man.
Okay. Well, how about this one real quick?
All right, what you got?
This is around the sports.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron deletes tweet.
What?
I will not miss the postseason for the rest of my career. This shit hurts. Okay, back to watching games. He tweeted that out.
That was a couple years ago.
22nd.
Yeah.
2020. No, it was just last year.
It was the first time when he missed the playoffs, yeah.
And he deleted it.
Fair. Yeah.
Is he waving the white flag on the season?
I don't think he's waving the white flag. In fact, he was asked about this the other day because they were talking about how he's been averaging 30 at this age, just turned 38 years old, and this is, 7 games in a row where he gave you 30. In fact, gave us 30 on Christmas. Thank you, Bron. And they were asking him, is it to the point where, because of the team struggles, is he just satisfied putting up numbers even if the team is losing? And he was really clear. He said, absolutely not. He was like, in fact, I still want to win. I want to be where I'm going to have a chance to compete for championships. Plural. That's what he still said. So
why did he go back and delete this tweet?
I just think it's one of them things.
Is he worried about missing the postseason this year again?
Well, I mean, everybody right now. Yeah, why wouldn't you be? But I don't think it's going to matter for him. And I think for him, he knows what this is. If AD is healthy, they have a great chance in terms of just being able to win games, because when the three of them in terms of AD, Bron, and Russ have been healthy, they can rack them up. And we saw that. But the question is, can you depend on AD being healthy? Once again,
No, he's hurt again.
He's out again. Yeah,
playing good.
They got hot. They won a ton in a row. Everything was looking good. He was balling. He was always AD MVP candidate. Everything looked good. Then he magically got hurt. I don't even know how. And they say he's going to miss some time. So I think that Bron just understands that dynamic, man. And yeah, for a guy like him, man, people going, they're going to hold him up there to that standard, and rightfully so. But hey, we'll call it a Jordan year for him. Because remember, they don't knock Jordan when he doesn't go to the playoffs. They just talk about the championship, 6-0. But he played a lot longer than 6 years. So we don't talk about the other year, so we just call this a Jordan year for Bron, if that is the case. I think he's hurt multiple of those, right? Isn't that how we do it? People are quick to bring up Jordan 6-0 in the finals, right? That's what they always go to. Not 10 appearances, 4 wins. They talk 6-6. So, how long did Jordan play? How long did he play, man?
I don't know the exact amount of years.
Was it longer than 6 years?
Yeah, maybe 7 or 8.
So he missed. You tell me sometimes he didn't go to the finals. Is that what you telling me?
It was a few.
Oh, okay. He might have even missed the postseason a couple times in that. Is that what you're telling me too?
early on and
So
at the end, yes.
Oh, okay. So I guess my dog Bron eye there, man.
Well, wait, missing the play. I guess early on it would have only been his rookie year, right? 'Cause second year
I'm
he
just asking.
did make it. Went off for like 60 something against the
Okay.
Celtics, and then kept making
Mhm.
it, but lost to some of the better
Right,
teams.
I'm
and
with
eventually
you.
The bad
All
boys
good.
and
All
that stuff.
all that context is there. I just simply has he ever missed the playoffs?
I guess 3 times.
So he's missed the playoffs.
Yeah,
All right.
rookie year and Wizards year. This is off the top of my head.
So if Bron were to miss the postseason this year, this would be his what? Second time?
This might be 4.
No. How many times he had Bron specifically missed the postseason?
Cavs first year, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I think they were a
Okay.
bad record.
Okay, let's look. Okay,
Uh,
we can check it out.
yeah, I'm gonna say 4 because he missed the one with Lonzo Ball, and then missed last year.
All right.
So this would be 4.
Right. Oh, that's right, because he got hurt that first year in LA. You're right. Good call. I forgot that year when he got hurt.
I think he did
Mhm.
make it second year Cavs, but I don't think that was like that amazing of a team.
It ain't matter if it's an amazing. We just talking about how many times he missed. We trying to make sure he got some. You know what I mean? Just trying to make sure he caught up to Jordan. That's it. All right.
So we're talking missed playoffs.
Yeah. Let's see. All right.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, he got some misses then. Okay. I think.
Is it worse? Is it double digits?
Nah, I ain't double digits. Let's see. I'm getting 6 is the first year of postseason. He came in 3, so that's 3 right there.
Really?
Right? Am I tripping?
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, but I think that's right. And I could be on the wrong page, but I'm seeing, yeah.
06. All right, he made
Hold
the finals
on,
in
21,
07.
20. Yeah, he missed it in 19. Yeah.
Well, 06 might be 05, 06. Right?
Right.
That would make sense.
All right.
05, 06, 03, 04, 04, 05. So he
Yeah.
maybe missed the first 2.
Yeah, so literally 19 in those first 3. Yeah. I like it.
Oh, and last year, too.
Let me make sure I got it right. Nah. That was Phoenix last year. 21, right?
No,
I'm
that'd
tripping.
be- that'd
I'm
be
tripping.
22.
Yeah, this is 22 right now, going to 23. You're right. Good call.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I think he's doing just fine there, man. Yeah.
This would be a bad look if he misses again.
Oh, it would be. All right, I'm going to pull up. Let's pull up Michael Jordan. Let's see.
No, we don't have to get into it, dude.
Yeah, why not? We got
I'm
time.
just messing with you, man.
Oh, I was messing too. Yeah, so Jordan, let's see. All right. So the first and then
It's probably just
yeah,
the
at
last
the end
two
of
with
it.
the Wizards, right?
Yep. All right. I like it. So yeah, he ain't never get
it's-
one after he went back, huh?
I mean, it's a new category we can
Yeah.
bring up when discussing LeBron and
question.
Jordan,
No question. I like it.
because we talk finals.
Mm-hmm. Appearances,
final appearance. Yeah, these are all things brought
scores,
into
all
play.
that. Absolutely. Let's go.
What do you got for your topic, then?
Oh, mine. Football. Ed Reed. He's taking over as the head coach of Bethune-Cookman, bro. Another HBCU following the vibe that Deion Sanders has started, man. So I was liking that, man. What was your thoughts on that, though?
I think it's a good thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got nothing against it.
No, I think it's a good thing for him, man. I don't like the fact that he's a Raven, but I do like the fact that he's bringing, once again, just notoriety to the HBC movement, man, and just trying to see, what he can do in terms of his coaching style. Now, Bethune-Cookman, if I remember correctly, they're MEAC, whereas obviously Jackson State was SWAC, so different conferences, stuff like that. But like I said, I do like it, though, man. I do think that he's going to still bring a certain level of big name to it. We'll see how good he can recruit, because that's the big thing in terms of the college stuff. That's what makes Deion so good is, when you're seeing him turn these 5 stars and 4 stars, and you're like, bro, how are you getting these people, bro? But
Ed Reed for sure has charisma
Yeah.
and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
Deion's always been way more out there with his.
Yes.
As opposed to Ed Reed, he's like a
laid
low key
back.
guy.
Yeah, he's
but
super
anytime
laid
you
back.
get him in front of the camera, he's good.
Yeah. So that's the part for me where I want to see how good he can recruit. But in terms of what he's going to bring in terms of his knowledge, oh, man, I think that's A1 right there, because we know Ed Reed, bro. E.D. Reed, bro, he played that thing at the high level, man, in terms of just the smarts, in terms of just pre-snap, post-snap, not even talking about what he was able to do athletically. So, yeah, I definitely do like that for him, though, man. And for those HBCU kids, man, shout out to the Bethune-Cookman boys down there, man.
No, it should be cool. Hopefully
Yeah.
he could do some stuff like Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Then eventually
Yeah,
knows?
absolutely, man.
Who knows? You just
I'm
go on a
with
little
you,
bit of
bro.
a run.
I am with you.
Get into
I'm
D1.
with you.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because even having Dion
Seriously, man.
at a school like Colorado, it helps college football across the board. It
Bro,
brings it up.
because now we all gonna be thinking, how's Colorado doing? If Colorado game
Yeah,
is on
seriously.
TV, I'm actually gonna watch it because I want to know how Prom is doing.
What did Colorado do last year? Were they 3-9? They sucked.
Better than me. I couldn't even tell you what they did because I
Colorado's
didn't watch
been
any
pretty
Colorado
much
tape.
irrelevant for the last
Yeah.
like 20 years. Now all of
Yeah.
a sudden they're interesting. They got
I would
Dion.
agree. Shoot, and they saying now that his son is supposed to be the favorite on the Heisman watch list. Now I don't know about that because obviously Caleb Williams is coming back. But either way, I want to see what that dynamic looks like in terms of can his son. I don't know if his other son is going to they said he's graduating from Jackson State, but I want to see like, hey, y'all were dominant at this level. Can you do it at this level now? Like all of that's at play, man. So it's gonna be exciting though, man.
Super chats.
Let's get it.
Mason Hart. Am I right on this?
Let me check. Mason. Yes.
First live I've caught. Much love, boys.
What's
Hashtag
good?
Alaska 907.
Let's go. Oh, actually, I did have two ahead of you. My bad.
Okay.
AJ Martinez. He says, shout out to Pele, Trina, Damon Brown, the Brobarian, Official Momentum, Jacob Alessio, Matthew Gisner, along with all the crazies in the chat. Next year, let's not need help for the playoffs. LOL. I'm a spoiled Steeler fan. And I also wanted to say shout out to the fact that I knew everybody's name up here without him giving the full like type out. He was like shorthand and stuff, but I knew it because see, we tapped in. Everybody tapped in like that. So salute all of us. 12th Wonder says joined late, but what up though? Excited to hear from NFL YB. I think we handle business this week and keep stacking. 20-16 Steelers. God bless y'all. Nah, shout out to you. Yeah, 518, you probably missed the interview, but don't you worry. You can either hit the replay on this or obviously probably late tonight or tomorrow. We'll have this interview chopped up for you, man. Easy access because that's what we like to do. We like to be easy access for the people, all right? But either way, man, you definitely want to hear that, baby. Okay.
Mason Hart, first live I've caught. Much love, boys. Oh, I already read that.
Yeah,
I already read it.
Oh, you're from Alaska. Yeah. The 907, salute.
Skydiving hack. Does Watson turn it around next year?
I think so. Remember, how many days they said he had missed of like playing football? It was something like ridiculous. So, yeah, I just think for him, man, he's got to get reps, knock the rust off. Yeah. What about you, man? How you feel?
Yeah, I think he'll be better. Does he get back to
Like prime? Because think about the year before
I
the
think
year
he led
before
the league
everything
in passing
happened.
yards, right?
Yeah, before it all happened, he was on one.
Yeah, that team was trash, but
It
he was putting
was.
up some numbers.
Yeah.
Does he ever get back to that? I don't know. I don't know. He should be better next year, though. I don't think there's a doubt about it.
Yeah.
Mike Hood, great podcast today. Love the GP interview. When you gonna get Big Ben on?
Ooh.
Blessings to all. Appreciate you guys. Love the
Hey,
show.
salute you, man. Nah, we're gonna tap in. We'll definitely tap in.
Red. That's why he's not the GOAT, Moats. Just making excuses.
Oh, it's all love. Yeah. I never
Who's
said
he
he was.
talking
He's
about?
talking about Brown, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, I never said Brown was the GOAT. But it's a nice assumption, though.
Red. Damn Moats. Feeling hurt?
Yeah.
LMAO.
He's definitely talking that. Yeah.
Skydiving hack. Jordan retired after his second three-peat, Moats.
Yeah.
Big difference between being the hunter and hunted year after year.
Ooh, I hear you, baby. Ooh, child. Yes, sir. Okay, next.
Erie Mind Mob has joined the upper room.
Let's get it, Erie Mind Mob, and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's go.
Nassim Mula says, Deke, please ask GP why he doesn't want to be called NFL Youngboy anymore. We asked it. You'll see it.
Yes. It was actually a good answer, too, man. Shout out to him. Yes.
Ethan Bull, final super chat. Side note, watch my brother beat Colorado this year. Go Sun Devils.
Ooh.
Brother plays for Arizona State then.
Okay. Oh, man, Tempe. Shout out to Tempe, Arizona. No. There we go. All right, so it sounds like it is time to stack paper. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You sure you ready, man?
I don't know. You got the scores. What were the records from last week?
I guess I'll look at the scores from last week. Jeez, Deke.
You
Let's
said you
see,
won by a decent amount.
Who, me? No, I would never say such a thing, man. You know. I'm just old regular. Hold on, man. I almost dropped this music, boy. It's about to hear some Young Dolph Hall of Fame playing in here. Hold on now. All right, let me pull up last week's scores.
You got the games.
That's what I'm trying to get the. Here we go. So last week I was 49-35. You were 35-49. I had Bills -8.
You got that.
That'd be the one. Seahawks +10. That would be the one that you got. Vikings -4. That was another one that you got. Texans +3.
Who did the Seahawks play last week?
They played the Chiefs. Yeah, that was the day going game with Mahomes where he like puts his hand on the ground,
I got the
dives
Chiefs,
in.
Is what you're saying, right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
So I'm saying
I was
you
gonna
won.
say I didn't think I picked Seahawks last
No.
week. Okay.
Like, I got you. Yeah, so I literally won that first one against I won the Bills one. Bills -8. I lost that Seahawks +10, and then I lost the Vikings -4. Then after that was where it got interesting for me.
Damn.
Because Texans +3. I hit on that. And then after, let me pull up and make sure I got you all the way right. I don't want no funny business, Deke. You know I'm a man of integrity.
Won outright.
Yep, Texans won outright. Oh, but this was the one that got me. This was the one that really had me feeling good. That Baltimore one. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Where was it? The Baltimore one?
Baltimore last week.
Yes.
Falcons,
I had them
yeah.
at 6.5. They won 9-17. That was the one that got me feeling good. Then after that,
Falcons. It was like 6.5 or 7. I just missed.
Yep. Then after that, Cowboys 3.5. I hit there. They won by 6 against Philly, 40-34. And then after that,
That's tough.
You got me back with the Dolphins because you had the Packers +3.5. They won outright.
Yeah.
And then to end it, Chargers, Colts. I had Chargers -4.5. They won 20-3.
Yeah.
So that's Chargers. Let's see. Let me make sure I
You
count.
won up 2 games.
Yes. Yeah, because I had
went
Chargers,
5-3.
Cowboys, Ravens, Texans, and the Bills. Yeah. So
49 + 5 is 54.
Yeah.
38 + 3 is 38.
So,
54
yeah.
and 38 is what you got. I'm 38 and 54.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Feels good though, man.
That's a shame. What jersey are you thinking about?
I don't know yet, man. I mean, you still got time. You said you're 38 and 54. You never know. We got 2 weeks left.
$200 spending limit, right? Need to make sure I got something set aside.
Did we say 200 or was it 250?
2. It's always been
It was
2.
always 200. All right, I was just
It's always
checking.
2.
You just never know. You never know.
I mean, you could just get something for like 100.
I'm just, I'll
You
look
don't have
into
to
it.
go all the way up to 200.
I'll look into it. I thought it was closer.
My
mean,
picks have been so bad
that's
this
not
year.
that bad.
The Buccaneers
off, though, bro.
have killed me.
You're not that far off, though, bro. You're
I
not
am.
that far off.
I need volume.
Oh,
So we're
Lord.
going after this one. Titans tonight +14 against the Cowboys. Dogs.
Titans +14.
You know you want Titans.
What?
I kind of do too with that +14. Oh, this is a dilemma for you. I forgot.
Yeah, this is very much a
You
dilemma
go
for
Cowboys -14. You know
This
what?
is-
I'm believing in Dobbs and that
I have a dilemma
running
with
game.
this one,
Although
man.
I think Henry's out this one too.
Yeah. I have a dilemma, though, man. 14 is a massive spread. Titans are going to play defense. It's in Tennessee.
I'll go +14 with Dobbs.
Whew. I don't know how I feel about that, man. I don't want to be rooting against my dog in his first start. You see what I mean? I just, it's a conflict of interest for me, man. Can we come back to that one? As you always say, let's come back to that
Sure.
one, man. We'll come back to that one.
Eagles at home -6.5 against the Saints.
I like Eagle. I'll go with Philly. Who's their quarterback? Is it still Gardner? It don't matter. I'll go with
Hurts is. They've been saying he's got a chance.
I saw Sirianni say he heals faster than everybody else or something like that. So,
and they need this game.
yeah.
I'm gonna go Eagles too.
Dang. So, all right. I guess we'll move on to the next one then, man. It's all good. It's no worries.
I need to start just picking opposite. I'm not even fronting. Let's see how this goes. We might have to go back to that game. I might have to go Saints. Chiefs at home -12.5 against the Broncos.
Oh, I love the Chiefs in that one. Man. You should go 12.5 though, man. You should take Broncos. Think about it. You believe in Russ. You already said you're on the Hall of Fame train. And you also believe that it was Hackett that was at play, not
I'm gonna
Russ.
have to. They fire the coach. This is classic. Fire the coach.
Yep.
Rally around.
Come on, man.
Whoever's in the building right now.
Yep.
Broncos cover. I don't know if they win. I think it's a close game.
Mm-hmm.
Closer than what a lot of people would think.
Fair enough.
Texans at home +4 against Jaguars.
I like the Texans.
I'll go Jaguars. Oh wait, this game sucks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
because Jaguars don't need it.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're gonna want to keep the momentum going. I'll go Jaguars.
Yeah, nobody wants to play to lose. Yeah.
Giants.
You said I get
home.
4, right? It's +4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giants at home -5.5 against the Colts.
Low-key
What
like
the
the
hell?
Giants. Low-key.
Yeah, I'm not picking the Colts with full. Not again. He's a one-game type of quarterback, and he botched that game up. So why would I bet on him in a second game? Because they said they're going to stick with him.
They did say that.
That's insane. I can't even do that. I can't in my right mind pick the Colts.
It's just funny. All good.
Honestly, if Foles just wouldn't have turned the ball over, it might have been a better game last week.
Talk yourself into it, man.
Good. He's going to turn the ball over. Lions at home -6 against the Bears.
I don't like this one at all, honestly.
I'll go Lions. Oh, that's a lot of points, though. I'll go Lions.
Yeah,
though,
I
still.
don't like that one at all.
Lions -6.
I don't feel good about that one, man.
Fields is going for the quarterback
You like
rushing
Fields, though.
record.
You like Fields. I haven't fully jumped on the Fields train. You're on the Fields train.
I don't know about that. He's a nice young player,
But you're on the Fields train more than I am. I'm not there. I don't want to just blindly just pick the Bears because of Fields.
so nothing there.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I'm good on that one.
You want the Lions though?
I don't know how I feel about them all the way either. You saw what they just look like. Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
trying to look at this because I know I need.
You got
picks.
2 weeks. So you got this week and next week. So we ain't got to do all 17 this
playoffs,
week.
too.
Yeah, man. Oh, we're going to go to the... Because, see, you told me last time you ain't know if you wanted to go all the way there or not.
Well, let's make a decision to see if I got a chance or not. Because
Yeah.
if I mathematically don't have a chance based off all the games that are in the playoffs, then let's just cut it and we'll do the picks
Right.
with TG in the
And
playoffs.
mathematically, you about to set yourself up trying to pick all 17 or however many games we
We'll
got
see.
this week. You know
We'll
what I'm
see.
saying?
It's my strategy. Buccaneers -3 at home against the Panthers. I'll go Bucks.
-3 at home versus the Panthers.
I'll go Bucks against my own discretion. They lost against the spread last week.
This is for the division. I'll go Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for the division.
Patriots at home -3 against the Dolphins. I'll go Patriots.
Yeah, I like the Patriots too in that, actually, man. You should go Teddy Two Gloves if you really want to commit to it.
I'm not committing to it. I just might need another pick on the table.
I don't like
It's not
Teddy.
about who
I'm
I
good
think's
on
going to win
Teddy,
or not.
bro.
I just need a pick.
And I can see you on some desperation type games. I'm like, ew, you were picking the nasty games. Stop. Ah.
All right, I'll pass on that. Because I will be rooting for the Patriots, so that's just
Exactly.
I don't want that.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
don't
be
want that.
rough, man.
Commanders at home -2.5 against the Browns.
Let me get Watson.
Wentz some Wentz action.
Yeah,
here.
let me go with
Oh,
Deshaun.
this is gonna be a disaster.
Let me
I'll
go-
do
let me
it.
go-
I'll do
let
it.
me go with the Browns, man.
It's gonna be a disaster.
The
But I'll
game
do
is
it.
at least in Maryland.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
disaster. A terrible pick by me. Falcons at home -3 against the Cardinals.
Who is the Cardinals quarterback again? Is it McCoy?
Trace.
Oh, McSorley. I'll go with Ritter. Can I get Ritter? And you go because you want to pick this game anyway. I could tell how like eager you are to hop in this one. You should just go ahead and take Trace. I'm good on him though.
Nope.
This is a terrible game.
Think I got to pass on that one.
This is disgusting on disgusting, man.
Maybe we'll come back to it. Raiders at home +9.5 against the Niners.
Yeah, I'll go with the Niners +9. Ooh, you're a Jarrett Stidham guy, right?
Oh my God.
You're a Jarrett.
I
Come
can't
on.
do
You
it.
see what I'm saying? Like
I said I was going to take
why
a lot
would
of
I do
games.
that? I
and
can't
these are
take
some
that,
bad
bro.
games.
That's terrible.
Well, hold on. Let's just skip to Monday night. Bengals at home +1 against the Bills. We'll do that one, right?
You know who I'm rolling with.
I got Bengals. You
Scared
got
money
Bills.
don't never make no money.
And I'm getting a
around
point.
Here. You know who I'm rolling with around here. You spade. Come on, man. Say it with your chest. You know where I'm at, baby. I ain't running. I ain't hard to find.
Seahawks at home against Jets. Seahawks +2.
Give me the revenge game.
Dogs.
I want the revenge game. Where's the game
With
at?
Mike White.
Yeah, where's the revenge game at though?
Huh?
The game is in New York, right?
No, Seattle.
Even better. Yeah, definitely revenge game. Give me Geno for the dub.
I want Seahawks too.
What? You like Mike White? You've been swearing by Mike White since last year. You were the foreshadow when you said you would go Mike White over Zach Wilson anyways.
No, I could do the whole thing that I have done these last couple weeks where I'm like, oh, this could be a win-win or no matter what.
Yeah,
like if
there
I
you
pick
go.
it, blah, blah, blah.
You
I'm not
should do
doing that
that.
because we're so close right now. I really want the Seahawks to win.
Yeah.
Really want the Patriots to win.
And
It's
see,
like
I
do or
just-
die now.
I just like to vote for Geno. I'm a Geno supporter because they wrote him off and he ain't right back.
Packers at home, -3.5 against the Vikings. I'll go Packers.
Thank you.
That's easy. Vikings with the points.
Who's my quarterback?
You got Kirk.
Exactly. You think we blinking over there? You seen what happened last time they ran up? Okay.
Chargers at home, -6.5 against the Rams.
Gotta go Chargers, right?
I'll go
6.5
Rams. I'll
is
go
a
Rams with the
lot,
6.5.
though. Ew.
Rams look good.
Baker. Oh no! Wait a minute. I kind of like.
It's
Baker.
too late.
Dang.
The pick's in.
I don't like that game. I don't like that.
You want to change?
No,
give
because
you
I
an
don't believe in
opportunity.
Baker, but I kind of like what I've been seeing from Baker. But eventually, the shoe gonna fall, right? I just don't know if it's this
No,
week
I
or
think
is
I think it's only getting better. I think
does look
I
like
think
it,
the
though.
shoe falling was the Packers game 2 weeks ago.
I would agree. I think he's got something nice going potentially.
I'll go Rams.
All right,
You
I'll
want
stay with
Chargers still?
man. They in their postseason for the first time, man.
Okay, let me go back to a few
They
here.
want momentum.
Falcons at home, -3 against Cardinals. You said Falcons?
Yeah.
I'll go Cardinals,
All
+3.
right.
Bucks, Panthers, we already did that one.
Yeah.
Okay, Lions, Bears.
I hate it. I don't like either
I
one.
want Lions.
If I was gonna pick, I would pick Lions, but I don't like it. Go with Justin Fields, I
I'll go.
guess.
I'll go Bears.
Yeah, there you
if-
go. I
Are
don't
you,
like
Are
the
you
game
picking
at
the
all.
Lions?
I don't like the game.
You're picking
at
the
all.
Lions though.
I do not like this
If
game.
I pick the Bears, you're picking the
If
Lions.
you're dead set on this game, I will pick the Lions.
I
But if
need
you're
it.
not,
I'm
I
dead set
don't
at
want to touch
point.
this game.
I need it. I need +6.
All right, I'll go Lions. I hate it though.
What was the other one?
I thought
We
that
did.
was
We
all
did
of them.
Texans,
Yeah.
Jags. Oh, it was
Mhm.
Eagles, Saints.
Yeah, because I was on roll Philly.
Am I that desperate? God damn.
You seem pretty desperate.
Am I that desperate?
You seem
Pick
pretty
the Saints.
desperate. All you need is a Broncos up there.
Did we do Titans, Cowboys yet? Oh, that was the other one.
Yeah. See, I would much rather do Titans Cowboys than that Lions and the Lions Bears game personally.
We already did it though.
Yeah.
What about if I take the Saints? You take this Cowboys one too.
Huh?
If I take the Saints +6.5 against the Eagles,
What?
that's a terrible bet for me.
No, I want the Eagles. I'm cool with that. I want the Eagles, but I'm trying to figure out how does that
I
correlate
know
to
that's
this
what I
export.
mean.
What are you saying now?
I don't need to. I could just say I'm taking the Eagles too, and we don't have that game.
Got you.
So
So do you want the game up there? No,
that's what I mean. If I do that game, obviously it's a bad bet for me.
I see.
Why
what
don't
you're
we do a
trying to
package
do
deal
now.
and then figure out something for this
Ew.
Titans Cowboys?
I don't want to go against Dobbs. I don't. But I don't want to root for. I don't want to pick the
Pick 'em.
14.
You know what?
I don't
You
want
know
to do
what?
that.
Pick them then.
I don't want to do that either.
Pick them.
I am literally. This is a dilemma. I don't
It's the
wanna
only
pick.
game on tonight. I think we need a pick.
Why
I think we need a
Who
pick for
said we
tonight.
need a pick for tonight? All right, I'll go Dallas. I love you, Dobbs, but I'll go Dallas.
All right.
I'm
Dobbs
sorry.
+14.
I'm
Wow.
sorry, Dobbs. I'm sorry. Don't.
So then
don't
I have
hate
to
me,
do
bro.
the Saints game. Is what you're saying?
Yes, and I'm going Eagles.
All right. Who's is Dalton still there?
It doesn't matter. Eagles.
You're right. It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
I just need 6.5.
Even though
and
the
I need
Eagles,
a hope and a prayer.
even though Eagles are a little banged up on the secondary, though, man. They might
And
have some
Saints
chance.
are playing
Yeah.
for the playoffs too.
Absolutely, they might have some chance, man.
Saints defense ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it for
Yeah.
the picks. That's got to be at least 10 games. I told you I needed to make
Yeah,
as many picks as I could.
you dove because
I even took Cardinals +3.
What's
That's
the spread
terrible.
right now? Let me see. All right.
I think I'm down like 16.
Yeah. So it's not terrible. You still got action. Yeah. All
I'm
right.
giving it a run.
You did. You definitely should go do that, man. I like it. I like it. So we got our picks in.
Yeah,
We're
because
good to go.
the last one's Steelers Ravens.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do that,
Nah, I'm good on that.
Steelers +2.5.
Yeah.
Oh, we're dogs. So that's our answer. Remember
Yeah,
we were
we're
talking
good.
about at the beginning.
Yep.
Steelers are underdogs. That's mostly based off home
Yeah.
because usually they do home.
Whoever's gonna be at the crib.
It's 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
So if this was neutral, actually Steelers would be
Yeah.
-0.5.
Probably. Mhm.
Yeah.
So I like it then, man. I like it. Well, shoot. It's been a vibe today, man. It's been a good show. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Enjoyed the George Pickens interview. If you have not checked it out, when we finish the stream, man, hit that rewind, go back and tap in. It was right at the beginning, the 4-minute mark, man. Or not 4 minute. We started at the 4-hour mark was when he called. All right. So about 30 minutes into the show. But either way, we appreciate the heck out of each and every one of y'all, man. Y'all stay safe out there. If we don't, because I guess we're not going to see y'all before the new year. Happy New Year.
Last show of the year.
Yeah, man, last show of the year. So shout out to each and every one of y'all, man, that rode with us for these 12 months. It's been a gridiron. It's been a fun time, more importantly, man. But yeah, like I said, salute to each and every one of y'all. So with that being the case, stay safe. And until next time, baby.
Peace.